everybody. My favorite day of the week. How y'all doing this morning? It's your boy BOOGOTTINYC. Couldn't went anywhere. Fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. That's right, you guys. Trump, the Epstein files. Why are they protecting powerful billionaires? We're going to find out. Hope you guys had a fantastic evening. I know I did. Let me get this camera straight. Let's go. Let me know how my audio is. I'm looking over here at the monitor right now. Yeah, I can see. Okay. See if we're going to get this good early this morning. See if we can get it good this morning. So happy to be here this morning. I can't even front. I'm just excited. Can't wait to get it on. We got a lot to do. How everybody doing this morning? That was quick, right? I don't know. I guess we just figuring it out. Let me go ahead and fix this over here so I can get you guys nice and clean in the chat. See you guys over here. Yeah, that's right. Smile. It's a good day. We made it another day. Y'all made it past Valentine's Day. Hope you guys got what you wanted, and I hope, you guys are recuperated thoroughly, because I know sometimes it could take a lot out of you. Especially when you come down to a lot of those Tony Sopranos that we got out there that had to work double shifts. Let's see what time we got going on over here, because we got to get those prayers up for everybody here. We got to start early. We already got that over there, so we good with the audio. I'm just happy to be here, to be honest with you guys. Yeah, I see that we good on the monitors too. Okay, where you at, Batty? Audio sounds good. I saw it right before it went up. You guys are in here heavy. I see a lot of people in this morning. What you guys got planned for this morning? Y'all going to work? Y'all getting out of here? Well, guess what? I'm going to set you up and make sure that you're good before you leave. No matter what. Don't worry about it. We're going to have a good one today. I promise you. See what time we're working with right now. I guess we can start with the prayers, right? Because nothing goes right until you get that right. Okay, let's go. This morning, that's right, good health, love, happiness, clarity, understanding, and more communication is what I would like to pray for. Also, safety and security for ourselves and our families. That's right, you guys. So we praying for this morning. I saw Miss Swanza. What's going on, Casey? I missed your brother. Batty Lynn is up in the building. Batty, holding me down. I appreciate you, girl. I see you in here. Winter Rising. Answered your email yesterday. Hope everybody's good. Queen Shah, Casey Ramos, Luigi. Also want to pray for Miss Swanza. Liberty and justice for always holding it down. That's right. We got, if I don't see you, I'm still going to pray for you. Got to make sure that we're not forgetting Rebecca Lanyan Bueno. You normally chiming in from Grand Rapids, Michigan. Also, we got to pray for Sam Champion. Okay, can't forget the certain people like that. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Audrey, Luigi, Borgatron 9. Okay, let's keep it going, y'all. There we go. Amen. And yes, it's my favorite day of the week because they got to pick up the phone. That's right. If you got business going on, trust me, best time to call is today. They got to pick up that phone, you guys. Y'all know what I'm saying? All right, so all right, come on in. I see, where's Rebecca at? I don't see her. I'm just shouting her out, trying to make sure she gets some love. I'm waiting for her to come on in here. I see Jeff is up in here, Audrey. I could shout you guys out, but we kind of figured we already finished the prayer. Could definitely shout you guys out for a few more minutes. What y'all got going on this morning? So let me just get into it right now and let you guys know right off top. We have a fantastic show lined up for you. And I'm going to let you know that we have trending topics, current events, a lot of follow-ups as well. Let me see. This Pam Bondi situation and these 300 new names that have been listed. It's pretty hard to find this list itself. I was able to find it in Wikipedia, where it actually has the people as well as the names and what their roles are as far as their job descriptions and who the people are. Now, remember, just because you're on the Epstein list does not mean that you're guilty. So yeah, if you guys want to check into that, it's in the link in the description, and we got a lot more in the link in the description too, as well as our new updated nutrition segment that we have coming up. You guys are gonna love it because it keeps on stemming from where it came from before, if you guys get where I'm going with. Hope you guys are feeling healthy too. I'm gonna just let you know straight off the top, I cut down the sugar. I've cut down to 1 cup of tea a day. I gotta tell you, my body feels so much better. The problem with me was, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I could drink tea or coffee, but I put too much sugar, and I had to stop. But guess what? I'm ready to go. They're ready to go. I said it's time to start the show. I hope you're ready, yo, 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 yo. And we wind it up. Wind it up. Wind it up. It's 6 o'clock somewhere, but not here yet, right? I know. You got to slow up and you do your own thing. So we're going to wait them out. Woosah. Okay. Olay, you see what them big fingers can do without all that cocoa butter on them? Sound like I got maracas. Y'all ready? We got to open up those pores. We gotta open up those pores. Ladies, I ain't forget about you. We gotta open up those pores. We gotta open up those pores. See, the thing about you that caught my eye is the same thing that made me change my mind. Kinda hard to explain, but girl, I'll try. You need to sit down, this may take a while. You see this girl, she sorta looks just like you. She even smiles just the way you do. Innocent she seemed, but I was fooled. I'm reminded when I look at you, what you remind me of a girl that I once knew. See your face whenever I look at you. Wouldn't believe all of the things she put me through. This is why I just can't up with you. That's right, you guys. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what day it is. My favorite day of the week is if on that beat. It's Monday the 16th. That's right, y'all. 2026. I'm your host, Bugatti NYC, and this is our bottom line, where we be talking about this and that and chat and this and this and that, where we be talking about this and that and chat and this and this and that. Just got me lit. That's right, you guys. It's Monday morning. I'm happy to be here another day with you. Can't you tell? Just so you know, we got trending topics, current events, and so much more to get into. Let me catch my breath. Hope everybody had a fantastic evening. I know I did. Slept well like a baby. Gotta tell you guys, let's go right into it. Let's do it. You know what I'm gonna say right now, right? I got 5 on it. I'm gonna stack 5 videos at a time. All I need you guys to do is stay on topic, stay on point. Let me know where you're chiming in from so that we can have a great dialogue when it comes down to the chat. Also, if you see people going crazy in there, liberty and justice, and everybody else, y'all know what to do. Casey, glad to see you back in the building. Mark Dorfman, Jeff is in the building. Leroy's up here. I see Benjamin, the first Avenger, and Brian. I see Queens up in here. Frank is also here. Got his membership right now. Thank everybody. Thank Frank for getting the membership. We got Queen Shay up in the building in Connecticut right now. I see Oakland up in here. I see a whole bunch of people up in here. Y'all ready to go? Because guess what? I am, and I'm not even waiting. Let's get into these titles. Let's go. What do we have this morning? We have Trump, the Epstein files. Why are they protecting powerful billionaires? No longer, because people ain't having it no more. And I don't think that they're gonna give us everything. Because now all of a sudden they're saying, we've already given you anything. When we know that they've only given us 3%. We want it all and we're not playing about it. I know y'all ain't, because I could be talking about basketball. I look over to the left and they say, Bugatti, what's up with the Epstein files? Shout out to Boston, Germany, as well as Oklahoma. I see y'all in the building. Let's keep it moving forward, because we also got Obama appointed judge who says that the deported migrants must be returned. That's right. Remember Judge Bozeman? He's already done this in the past, and he strikes again. We're going to see what this is about, because we got some situations going on right now with Homeland, ICE, as well as a lot more. Let's keep on moving forward, because last but not least, what we have over here is President Trump reports record-shattering growth for the USA. Wants to come out, basically talk about the economy. But a lot of people are trying to say that he's trying to overshadow the Jeffrey Epstein files with what's going on with the economy. To be honest with you guys, that's a real big thing to be able to overshadow something with, if you want to try. What do you guys think? I don't know, but I know one thing. We're going to stack this deck. We're going to have a great day. We're going to get this content out, and guess what? It's time to get busy. Without any further ado, let's go. Let me go ahead and get this audio right, because you know I got it now. Okay, where you at? There you go. I knew I had you. Let's go. Boop. Let's get it now. Come on over here and let's see what we got going on this morning. We're going to open up with some more gaggle from President Trump as he was leaving the White House. A little more about the economy and much more. Good morning, everybody. It's Monday. Let's get it. Okay, you guys. Hope you're having a healthy one, too.
He has to move.
Mr. President, are you personally involved in these negotiations over DHS funding, and where do you see room for compromise?
Well, but you have to remember, if you look at Homeland Security, if you look at what they've done, if you look at what ICE has done at Border Patrol, we have the safest border in the history of our country. Nobody comes in other than if they come in legally. If you remember, just a little while ago, a year and a half ago, for a 4-year period, they allowed 25 million people in our country. Many of these people are murderers and drug dealers, a horrible thing. We've gotten a lot of them out. We now have the best records in the history of our country on crime. It was just announced our crime numbers are the best in 125 years. So I am here to protect law enforcement and our great police and ICE and Border Patrol and everybody. I'm here to protect them because they're protecting us. And the job they've done is incredible.
Do you believe Prime Minister Netanyahu will receive a pardon?
I do think so, yes.
You still have confidence in Christy Noem, Mr. President, despite the reports of him.
We have low crime numbers, the answer is.
Duffy's handling of the airspace closure over El Paso. Are you pleased with Sean Duffy's handling of the airspace closure over El Paso?
The way it happened. People learn. People learn.
Please help on Greenland, on European leaders' hypocrisy. Greenland doesn't want Europe controlling them anymore. What's your message to them, to those European leaders' hypocrisy?
Greenland's going to want us, but we get along very well with Europe. We'll see how it all works out. We're negotiating right now for Greenland.
We got more because he had to go to the, we got more. We've got more. Tears and pride. He went over to Indiana. The co-worker says that they basically thanked him for the recognition for the coal miners. And basically, she had a pretty fantastic speech. Want you guys to see. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Yeah, your boy's knocking them out and taking them down right now. Gotta tell you, on one aspect, a lot of stuff is going down in a very positive way. Gotta be honest with you guys. As far as the economy, I can't wait till it starts to hit your pockets and we benefit from it over here and we can talk about it.
Who drives a haul truck at Bear Run Mine in Duggar, Indiana. Great state. We love Indiana. I only like states that are one so big, you know. I want to pick no, I like them all. Where she has worked for 5 years, and she's joined by her wonderful husband, Eric, who also works at the mine, and their really incredible son, Isaac. And Kayla, if you could come forward, I'd like to just have you say a few words, please. Come on up. Where's Kayla? Kayla? Oh, hi, Kayla.
Trying to say I'm not DEI over here? What?
Thank you, Mr. President. As he said, my name is Caleb Blackford, and I am
Thank you so much
and honored to be here today,
bronze medals.
representing Peabody and coal miners across this country. My husband and I both work at Bear Run Mine in southern Indiana. I drive a haul truck and I train others on this large piece of equipment. A haul truck is used to move rock or coal and is capable of carrying loads of nearly 250 tons. The tires are 12 feet tall. When I stand next to one, I barely reach the middle of the tire. It's the best job I've ever had, and not just because of the cool mom points I get for driving big equipment. My job supports my family, it supports our community, and it keeps the lights on and electricity affordable, not just in Indiana, but across the country. As demand increases and our lives become increasingly electrified, America needs to generate more electricity, not less. For years, coal miners have felt the weight of policies that made our future uncertain. Over the past year, that weight has begun to lift. My son, Isaac, who's here today, has friends whose parents also work at Bear Run. And when you grow up seeing huge mining equipment from the road, like Isaac and his friends do, you dream about the day when you get to run that equipment. When a mine closes, families don't just lose their jobs. They're often forced to leave their communities, their schools, and their support systems behind. The common sense policies to keep coal plants running, implemented by this administration, mean that my husband and I can keep working, stay where we are, and continue raising our son in our community that we call home. And the impact is even greater than that because you, Mr. President, have single-handedly kept utility prices affordable, the lights on, and our jobs alive. We are real people under these hard hats. On behalf of America's coal miners, thank you, Mr. President, for recognizing the value of coal and the value of the people who power this industry every day. Thank you so much. So much community. Thank you so much for all of you. Sorry, take that.
Good job. She did a good job, right? Look at the boy. He's so proud of mom, huh?
She needed to be a speechwriter. She got busy on that. I had to let you guys hear all that because that was a really heartfelt speech. And that's how we get down over here. Let's keep on moving. I know $18 trillion is invested. That's what Trump is declaring, a record-shattering growth for the United States of America. What do you guys think? Like I said, I can't wait for it to really hit our pockets so that we're starting to see it because he's basically saying that we're experiencing the best period that we're ever going to experience right now.
Many bills, we put them all together. And so in theory, we've gotten everything passed that we need. Now we just have to manage it. But we've gotten everything passed that we need for 4 years. Do we have other things in mind? Yeah, we do. We have things in mind. And we have perfecting a little bit of what we did, because this is the biggest bill ever passed in the history of Congress. And it's a great thing. But we also have other bills we want to get. We want to get the Save America Act passed.
Whoa. What's that? I just built a budgeting app in Base 44. Guys.
Save America is on voting. We want people to have voter ID. We want people to have proof of citizenship.
Got that.
And we want to have no mail-in ballots other than if you're in the military or you're sick or you're away or some reasonable but good excuse.
Can that get done, you think, before the midterm elections?
It polls at about 94%, including Democrats are at 87%, other than Democrat politicians because they cheat.
It's a huge...
All right, y'all, that's all y'all getting to Trump today. I tried to give you your fill. You know how I do. I like to open it up with the president so you guys can get up to date. Let's keep on moving forward now because we got to get on over to Kristi Noem as she delivers remarks on drug seizures and much, much more progress in Homeland Security. I'm going to apologize right now for the sirens. If you have dogs, it made people go kind of crazy. I saw it in the comments that the wee-wee was really not like the Lil Wayne song where it was like wee-wee-wee-wee-wee-wee-wee-wee, like a cop car. It was actually cop sirens, and it might make your dog go a little crazy. Let's keep on going forward, you guys. Let's go. Sorry about this. Get them dogs ready, because they might get mad about this right now. I'm telling you, I read it all in the comments.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Why they did this, I don't know. I won't put you through a lot of it, but we reporting.
Thank you for being here. I'm Christy Noem, the Secretary of the Department of Homeland Security. And I also want to thank Chief Banks for being here with me today. He's the chief of the border and has given us excellent leadership in making sure that we're making America safe again and that we're upholding our laws in this great country. I also have with me Diane, who's the director, and I want to thank her for her leadership. Sydney's over here as well, has been imperative in making sure this port of entry is run safely and that we are interdicting drugs like you see in front of you here today and getting them off of our streets so that they don't poison our next generation of Americans. We do have Sheriff Ken Jones is here with us today. I want to thank him for his partnership. A key to our success at the Department of Homeland Security is making sure that we're partnering with our local law enforcement and doing our operations together to make sure that we're keeping our communities safe. We have Port Director Rosa Hernandez, who's with us. She's the leader here at Otemesa and Tecate Ports of Entry. And I want to give a warm welcome and a thanks to all of our law enforcement that are here today. Just their willingness to take an oath to secure our country, to uphold the law and make sure that it's applied fairly is an incredible, powerful testimony to their kids of this next generation that will step up and serve in their footsteps. Your leadership and the hard work of these law enforcement officers have helped President Trump deliver the most secure border in American history. And they're helping us win the fight against fentanyl and saving countless lives. In fact, we were just here touring the vault that is so important to making sure that we're interdicting these drugs and keeping them off of our streets and getting them away from cartels and dangerous criminals to make sure that we're...
All right, Christy, and I apologize again for even going that long, you guys, but I tried to give it as much as possible. Why the hell did they have those sirens going on in the back? She seemed as if she was screaming over them or over those sirens. I would have said, look, can you just quiet them damn sirens down? But good news, they got a lot of D-rugs off the streets, and as you guys can see, they're going to be, what do they call it? Whatever they call it, dispensing it or setting it on fire or getting rid of it or whatever they do to actually get it off, get it out of here, and that's a good thing. We got a lot more to keep on going forward, you guys. Do your boy a favor, please. He finished every sentence trashing Democrats. It's just manipulative fluff and that morons lap up. Okay, you have your opinion, and we appreciate your opinion when it comes down to no thanks. We appreciate that. Devil's wife gists. They not getting his eye just standing there, branch manager disposing. We should all go independent. Both parties have lied to us. I think we need to figure out a whole maybe just go independent. I tell you one thing, with just the people we have here, we can probably make a big noise back. Because what's going on both parties right now, I'm really not liking what's happening with these Epstein files. Like, what's going on with that? Let's get on over to Minnesota. It's not going away, says Tom Homan. He issues a direct warning after the surge of 800,000 have criminal convictions. Now check this out. Over 1 million people are still in the country illegally, right? But 800,000 of them have criminal convictions. I don't know what all of those convictions are from, but that's what they're saying, and that's what the numbers are right now because they just had to submit these numbers. Here we go right now. Let's keep on. There we go.
Acting ICE Director Todd Lyons showed us just how many illegal migrants the agency is tracking. It's a big number. Watch this.
What percentage of folks that actually have a detainer put on them nationwide or that are in removal processes have a final order of removal? Does anyone know that number, that percentage?
No, sir, not the percentage. I can give you what we're tracking right now is about 1.6 million final orders in the United States, with approximately 800,000 of those having criminal convictions.
Well, former acting DHS Secretary Chad Wolf joins us now. Those are extraordinary numbers, Chad. 1.6 million and 800,000 with a criminal conviction. Will we ever get them all out? Because they're all in Sanctuary City and Sanctuary State locations.
That's a lot.
Yeah, well, that's the challenge for the Trump administration. And so when I hear folks from the left saying, well, you can't remove someone that doesn't have a criminal record here in the United States, but when you have 1.6 on a final order of removal, million on a final order of removal, they've had their due process. They've seen an immigration judge. They've likely seen multiple immigration judges. And they've said they have no right to remain here in the United States. And those are the individuals that ICE is removing. 800,000 have criminal records, but then the majority, another 800,000 do not. but yet again, they have no legal right to be here. But the left doesn't want ICE to remove those individuals. And so
want you guys to see the numbers. They're knocking down numbers and they're getting a lot of people out, but nowhere near the numbers of the people that are actually here. You guys heard those numbers and they're staggering. What you think about that? I bet if Trump was a Democrat, you wouldn't hear this much smear on his name. Ooh, that was a good one, Brian. Let's keep on moving forward because we got that Obama judge that rules that deported migrants. This one's going to pay me off. I don't think some of these I didn't watch. I said to myself, I want to watch this with them at the same time. I don't know. I think I did watch them, but there's another one down the line that I couldn't watch by myself. I'm going to let you guys know with that one. This one is about the judge. You guys remember a few months ago, every time that they were trying to send some people out and get them the hell out of here, this one judge right here kept on finding ways to throw monkey wrenches like a crazed gremlin. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. You remember who I'm talking about. Watch.
Appointed by President Obama, ordering the Trump administration to help more than 100 migrants deported to a mega prison in El Salvador return to the United States and even pay their airfare. Jonathan Turley is here. I want to pull this quote here and read to you that Boasberg said, plaintiffs also request that such boarding letters include government payment of the cost of the air travel. The court deems that a reasonable request. A situation would never have arisen had the government simply afforded plaintiffs their constitutional rights before initially deporting them. The Homeland Security spokesperson said they were removed under the proper legal authorities. The case is no longer about the facts or law, but about Boasberg's crusade to stop Trump. He has been shut down by appellate courts again and again on this case.
So the problem is when you try to get rid of them, you got judges like that. Why are you doing it? No, not, they want to get them to come back. They want to bring them back. You saw that, right?
Yes, but how do you see this? Because it seems reasonable to me that if the government were to ultimately lose this case, yes, of course.
South Africa, what's up, y'all?
Right, Dana, and I think that it's true that Judge Boasberg has been reversed by Court of Appeals courts.
And let me say this too, because someone is correct in here right there. Who's that? Payne I3333? Yeah, it's called due process, our rights. And you know what that means? That means that some of those people probably didn't get their proper due process in court. And once they finally did, they were determined that they had to be let go. And that's happened a lot. Think of it like the power of numbers, you guys. You get to get rid of maybe 476 of them, they got to come back. It happens like that. A couple of them go on probation or whatever the case may be. Or maybe some of them were improperly detained. Let's be honest about it. Let's keep it moving forward because we saw the same thing happen in Minneapolis where a lot of cases were getting reversed for a lot of different reasons. I'm honest. I'm being straight up about it. Thanks for your comment as well. Let's keep on moving forward.
The Supreme Court has also said that these individuals do have certain due process rights that have to be respected before deportation. The irony is, of course, the Democrats are moving to shut down the government. So I'm not too sure how the reimbursement's going to work when the government itself is shut down. But they may have to.
So I'm thinking that probably these are 100 people that they actually looked into their cases, found that they didn't get due process, probably still had court cases still coming up. And it happens like that. Let's be straight up about it, you guys. Let's get on over to Texas. Early polling shows runoffs possible in Texas Senate. The race, I have a feeling that Crockett might win this, believe it or not. Sometimes the fame does a little more for you. If you think about it, all of our politicians, the majority of them, it's like the more famous they are, the better they are at getting a chance of becoming a person that gets elected for whatever the position is. Gotta tell you, she has been putting on a show out here, so, you know, we never know. What do you guys think? Do you think Jasmine Crockett has a chance of becoming a senator in Texas? What do you guys think? Let me know what you think. I really want to know. I want to take a poll on this, actually, to see what you guys think about this.
Early voting for the March primary election starts next week, and a new poll was released today showing how the hotly contested U.S. Senate race is shaping up. It was a big topic today on Battleground Texas. Fox 4's Stephen Dial is live with more. Stephen?
Yeah, Peyton, today a University of Houston poll came out showing that Ken Paxton is leading on the Republican side and Dallas Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett leading on the Democratic side. And with just days until early voting, time is running out with still many undecided voters. Texas Democrats have tried for decades to turn the political tide, having not won statewide since 1994. I asked Kendall
Don Dada said, hell yeah.
Scudder, the new party chair, what's different this time?
Democrats have fielded, recruited, filed a candidate in every state and federal office in Texas.
Scudder says this is the first time since the 70s Democrats have put a candidate on the ballot in every race. But the Republican heavyweights still loom large. A new University of Houston poll shows Attorney General Ken Paxton leading the three-man field in the Republican Senate primary with 38%. Incumbent Senator John Cornyn at 31% and Representative Wesley Hunt with 17%. On the Democratic side, Representative Jasmine Crockett leads with 47% over State Representative James Tallarico with 39%.
I don't know, guys. Who you think? It looks like Crockett and the other guy's going to be going at it. Crockett against the other guy. I'm telling you. And the next thing you know, might have a new senator. Don't be surprised. Look who we got in New York. Mom Dame. Now easy super cat. Now use a dumb dummy. Look who we got in New York. And look what just happened in Virginia. Y'all just got smacked with 50 a new governor that got you, smacked your heart with 50 new taxes. They even taxing you for Amazon. That's right. You wasn't getting taxed for them bringing you Amazon, right? In Virginia, you are. Let's keep on moving forward. Let's get on over to a report about Hillary Clinton. She was kind of called out in a political situation. And I want you guys to let me know what you think about this situation right here. I think it's it kind of speaks for itself. But I like for things to just play out sometimes. I saw it, but I want you guys to just see it. I don't want to say the words because then you're gonna think I'm playing favorites. I'm just gonna let it play out.
He has betrayed the West. He's betrayed human values. He's betrayed the NATO Charter, the Atlantic Charter, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights.
Who's she talking about? You guys know who she's talking about. Her best friend. She can't stand Trump. You know that.
A lot of what has been done before to try to make sense of how difficult it is to restrain people who want unaccountable power. And none of us in this room, including all of us on this panel, would choose to live under a regime that was so unaccountable that it could act with impunity the way that Putin does, except that's who Trump is modeling himself after.
Okay, the former First Lady Hillary Clinton has clashed with Czechoslovakian during the Munich Security Conference in Germany, a politician. Clinton slammed U.S. President Donald Trump, his administration over his dealings with Europe and his approach to the Russia-Ukraine war. Come on, let's go. I like this clip. I love this clip. Czech Deputy Prime Minister Petr Makiva was quick to call out the failed presidential candidate's remarks and defend Trump's administration. Can you just come on and do it already? Okay, following Clinton's verbal assault on Trump, pointed out, I think you really don't like him. Now you say it. Okay. The former Secretary of the State responded again, ranting about President Trump and his actions to the United States and the world.
Well,
there we go.
First, I think you really don't like him.
You know, that is absolutely true. But I really, not only do I not like him, I don't like him because of what he's doing to the United States and the world. And I think you should take a hard look at it if you think that there is something good that will come out of it.
What I think Trump is doing in America, I think it is reaction for something for some policies that really went too far from the.
She has the nerve to start asking him, and he starts dropping bombs, y'all.
Regular people too far from reality. So we saw the cancel culture. We saw the woke revolution. I don't agree with the gender revolution, the climate alarmism.
Which gender? Women having their rights?
Let Peter go on. I think there are two genders. So, but some of us think that there is more than one or more than two gender. I think there is male and female, and the rest probably is a social construct.
The pairs back and forth continued with McKenna referencing woke ideologies and cancel culture for why the U.S. went too far from the regular people. Clinton and then attacked the deputy prime minister, suggesting Masinka was opposed to women getting their rights. Don't try to be slick and try to say no women getting their rights. We're talking about the broken-wristed clique trying to blend in and get in under a certain agenda. We're not stupid over here. And the same thing I'm going to tell people that's in this chat over here. I'm going to let you know just in case you're new. Not a Democrat, sorry. Not a Republican, sorry-er. Not an independent. Nope, sorry about that too. Not the other one too. What's that, a conservative? Not that, I'm a human being. You know why I'm not a Democrat? Because if you're a Democrat, that means you're cool with the broken-wristed clique stuff. I've never been cool with that. I've never been cool with that being sashayed in front of children, being able to do that in front of kindergartners, introducing books of that sort of that information to children in school. I don't see how anybody could be okay with that. Then that's the reason why I can't be part of that situation. Because I thought about it the other day. If somebody said, you know, if you're down with that, you must be cool with the broken-wristed clique. Yeah, you must be down with that. Or, I mean, you're just not looking at the other stuff that comes along with it. I am in fear of it. Seriously. I'm so much for man, and it's not even a game. I'm not even playing about it. I am in fear of that, because I'm scared of them. Since I was a kid, I used to be like, and be out of there. Yo, if you dress up like a female around me, I am gone, scared to death. I ain't even gonna play with you. I mean, because it looks to me like, I can't even explain it. First of all, you ever see one of them turn into a man while they get mad? They be like, yeah, 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 and yeah, yeah, yeah. And then next thing you know, somebody say something crazy, and they be like, yeah, well, you know I'm still a man, right? Be like, yo, you see what I'm saying? Shoo, out of here. Man, I'm mess around and whoop your ass like Viricosa. Hi, I'm Viricosa. That's the only one that I was cool with, Jim Carrey, and in Living Color. That's the only one that I was okay with, Viricosa. Let's get on over to Senator Kennedy, who eviscerates this judge with no mercy. He asked her straight up and down, why is your record so bad? I'm talking about, I have never seen somebody get eviscerated this bad. She was just over there like, and you know, I know y'all love Senator Kennedy, so you know I gotta bring you guys this information right here. Let's keep it moving, you guys. Let's go. Let's do what we gotta do. Where is it at? Where you at? Cause there you go, my boy. Let's go. He don't play.
Judge, welcome.
Thank you.
You are probably the least productive member of your district court, isn't that right?
Straight up.
Well, I have not considered myself in those terms, Senator.
Well, let me explain what I mean. You have 125 motions pending that you've declined to decide.
Well,
let me finish. That's more than any other district judge in the entire 7th Circuit. In fact...
So this is a pending judiciary, they're holding a confirmation hearing for new pending nominees, and she wants to be nominated.
You rank 7th highest nationally, do you not?
I am not familiar with those statistics, Senator Kennedy.
You haven't looked?
I did look in preparation for this hearing, but I didn't compare myself to others.
You haven't seen that you ranked the 7th, the worst in the country?
Why are you
here? In terms of making decisions?
You should just be like, why are you
here? You are
here?
the first to tell me this. And I think for me, I stress the quality of my decision making. And as I explained, I came on, I was the first district judge to come on during this administration.
Yeah, but so were all the others. I mean, there have been 68 district judges confirmed in the 117th Congress. In terms of motions pending for more than 6 months, you rank number 3. You all came on at the same time. You all had the same problems with COVID. You're the 3rd worst. You really think of all the other district judges in the 7th Circuit, you're the one that ought to be promoted based on this record?
Senator, this is something that I've discussed with my fellow judges. many of us new judges from.
I thought you said you'd never looked at these statistics.
I haven't, these particular statistics I am not familiar with. But in terms of new judges, both from the current administration and the former administration, we are quite a collegial bunch. And oftentimes talk about the pressures of a new judge and the way.
You must be in the collegial part that set the parties up. You must be the event planner. Because she don't know what the hell she's doing. He called her out in front of everybody. Let's keep it going, you guys. We got to get on over to Minnesota. Reasons to question elections, huh? Lawmakers are exposing major concerns with the state voter rate. Check this out. Missing names, missing addresses, no identification, but you can still go vote in Minnesota. We never thought about that, right? We thought about the fraud, and we thought about all of the other stuff that's going on there, right? But we never thought about the people that are slipping through the cracks that are being able to vote illegally, possibly. Check this out, you guys. Double tap that screen. Let's get those likes up. Check this out. This is some information I want you guys to see right here. These Minnesota lawmakers are breaking this.
Now onto this. A state representative in Minnesota is raising exactly why election reform is needed. Republican Pam Altendorf is sharing her analysis of the active voter list in Hennepin County, where she says nearly 3,000 voters have missing information such as names, addresses, and birth dates. And she's also uncovering potential duplicate voters with matching names and addresses, but a birth date just a few years apart. Kind of curious. Well, Minnesota State Representative Pam Altendorf joins me now. Pam, tell me what you found on these voter rolls there in Hennepin County. That's just one county in Minnesota.
So this is what she found.
Absolutely. So just to give you a little background, I am the vice chair of the Elections Committee in the Minnesota State House. And I think it's very public knowledge that the DOJ was looking for voter rolls across the country to help clean up our voter rolls, which should be important to everyone.
Okay.
And Minnesota declined to do that. And after we were being sued, I looked at the state statute. I've been working with some election integrity groups like Minnesota Voters Alliance, my own staff, and the Minnesota State Statute is clear is that I have accessibility to this data. So I did a data request to 4 counties, and kind of the bigger story is that Steve Simon, the Secretary of State, is actively working to deny me, sitting state representative on the Elections Committee, the ability to even see the data rolls to determine if they're clean or not.
That's really curious. So why not just give you the voter rolls? I mean, most people, I think if you ask them, they would want sunlight. That is the best disinfectant. You want transparency. And I would just note this. Scott Pressler pointed out to me the 2008 election, he noted on this show, there in Minnesota, in your state, was decided by 312 votes. That was the Senate race. So this matters.
That's right, and we have many races that matter across the state, but after I did the...
So how I look at it here is not only was there fraud going on monetarily, but those votes, illegal votes, same thing going on over there, especially if they don't ask you for identification at all. Do me a favor, you guys, double tap that screen. Let's get those likes up. I really would appreciate it. Also, if you have not become a member, it's free. Just hit that, I'm sorry, not the membership, subscribe to the channel. The membership, I think it's like $2.99. But if you don't want to do that, you can definitely subscribe to the channel. And there's a notification bell right there. It lets you know when we're on, which is every day. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. We got to keep on going. We got to get on over because Representative Smith, this is information that I think is very important. I always talk to you guys, and thanks for the love. Thank you so much. I always talk to you guys about being smart. DJI, knowing our mapping, knowing our routes as far as like when it comes down to Google routes and things of that nature. Certain places have real vital information on our globe. So I'm very seriously thoughtful about security and different measures when it comes down to our protections. So when something like this comes across, I like to make sense about it because you can be controlled by food because all they have to do is stop a food supply. Next thing you know, people are suffering, or they can do some stuff with the food supply. So many things that you can actually do negatively with food and food supply, also with real estate. That's why this part is very important when it comes down to China and many different foreign adversaries owning our land and our farmland. Let's get into this, you guys, because this is something that's very important that I think that we need to pay attention to and keep on paying attention to and get China the hell out of here.
Hearing on Tuesday, investigating left-wing nonprofit organizations and the quote, maligned foreign influence in those operations.
Thank you, Winter.
Committee Chairman Jason Smith called out multiple nonprofits for alleged ties to the Chinese Communist Party, including former tech mogul Neville Roy Singham, who I've also called out on this program. Here's Jason Smith yesterday. Watch.
Many of these tax-exempt groups also have documented ties to hostile foreign governments, like the Chinese Communist Party. It's no wonder that the People's Forum echoes Communist Party propaganda. One of their largest donors is a wealthy former U.S. tech executive living in Shanghai who is cozy, extremely cozy with the Chinese Communist Party. Know that this committee is coming for you. We will not hesitate to use every tool in our toolbox to root out the foreign influence lurking in America's tax-exempt sector.
Joining me now is Gatestone Institute Senior Fellow Gordon Chang. Gordon, great to see you.
I know they can't stand Gordon over in China. Thank you so much, Jordan. Everybody, let's say thank you to Jordan for the $10 super chat. It's 6 o'clock. Booze set the rock. Gonna share the news. Help dispel your blues. HBOL. Let's keep on moving. How about let's keep going.
What are your thoughts on this? We've talked a lot about how China has been able to infiltrate the U.S. on so many levels, and it's also what the chairman is talking about right here.
Well, certainly. And what we saw in 2020 was that China actually participated in the Democratic Party primaries. They favored Joe Biden, and then they favored Biden over Trump in the general election. And we also know that in 2020 that Chinese actors, probably at the behest of the Communist Party, were fomenting violence on American streets. So really what we got right now is an influence network that it has been basically committing acts of war against the United States. It's that serious.
Yeah, it sure is. Now, President Trump is expected to meet Xi Jinping in Beijing on April 6th. And this morning, Reuters is reporting that the Trump administration will scale back a number of security measures on Beijing, including the current ban on China's American telecom operations and the sale of Chinese equipment for U.S. data centers, all ahead of this meeting with Xi Jinping in...
All right, we follow up with it, see what they're talking about. Also, you guys, I don't really rock with Temu like that neither, just so you know. That's a straight-up Chinese company. They have all your information. Thank you, Lisa, so much. Everybody thank Lisa for the super chat. That's right, no matter what it is, because they ain't got to give you nothing. Appreciate you guys. Really appreciate you. Let's keep on moving forward. Like I said, I want to get you as much information as possible because fallout now grows amidst the Jeffrey Epstein files. We got Pam Bondi who's saying there's no more public files and everything has been given out. What do you guys think? We know better than that. I'm over here waiting for more files. What we heard about 3 million files a couple of months ago was one thing, but we're still waiting for the rest of it. So what's going on?
Now to the growing fallout from the release of the Epstein files. In a 6-page letter to Congress, Attorney General Pam Bondi declares that the DOJ has released all of the relevant documents. This comes as Britain's former Prince Andrew is facing more scrutiny. Here's ABC's investigative reporter, Olivia Rubin.
That's not all of the files. Y'all know better
Tonight,
than
the Department of Justice telling Congress it has released all of its relevant records on notorious sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, but bipartisan lawmakers demanding more answers from Attorney General Pam Bondi.
I don't have confidence in her. She hasn't got any sort of accountability there at the DOJ.
This is a massive cover-up being led by the White House and the DOJ.
In a letter to lawmakers obtained by ABC, the DOJ explaining its redactions, claiming nothing was withheld or redacted on the basis of embarrassment, reputational harm, or political sensitivity. The DOJ has already acknowledged it withheld 3 million pages of records from the public for various reasons, raising questions after the names of some victims were initially left exposed, while
Then had the nerve to tell us that there was more files that they found that they had to put lawyers on to redact. What do they think that this is a deja vu that we forgot? Well, I mean, and you know, I know you guys might be angry about it because a certain party y'all strictly like that about. But no, we got to be honest about what's going on here. This is not about any specific person, powerful person or company. This is about the children and the people that were affected by this. And I want to get to the bottom of it so you guys can leave me the hell alone about these Epstein files.
Names of some powerful men were initially redacted. Bondi declaring last year the Epstein case was closed. This week, deflecting questions about any further investigations.
I ask you, Attorney General Pam Bondi, why did you shut down this investigation last July, and why have you not prosecuted former Prince Andrew?
I don't believe you asked Merrick Garland these questions when he was Attorney General.
Republican Nancy Mace excoriating the department, writing, "The excuses provided for not releasing all the files will not hold up in a court of law. This isn't going away until people go to jail."
Ooh, I don't think so either, Nancy. I don't think so neither. And I think there needs to be a lot of people that go to jail after this situation here. And I know people will not rest until some heads roll. And there's going to be some heads that roll. Yeah. I also think that, thank you so much, Lisa, for the $20 super chat. Everybody, thank Lisa right now for the $20 super chat. You guys might think I'm reaching right now, but I'm going to say that I think Jeffrey Epstein sent this particular person multi-millions of dollars because he knew that he was going to go to jail or probably lose his life, his ex-girlfriend. And I also think that there might be a baby boy out there somewhere, probably with her. I'm not sure, but if I was him or her, of course I'm not going to try to advertise it or promote it because it'll be hell for the kid. Let's think about it. Now, I might be wrong about both of my speculations there. But I think the first one is more of a reality when it comes down to him sending that money to his ex-girlfriend. Last girlfriend.
Before his death, Jeffrey Epstein had a partner, and it wasn't Ghislaine Maxwell. Meet Karina Shuliak, the Belarusian woman he was reportedly planning to marry, and according to records, was Epstein's last phone call before his death in August 2019. Her name appears 45,000 times in the 3 million documents released by the U.S. Department of Justice on January 30th. Yet,
her name appears 45,000 times in the Jeffrey Epstein files. I think she's pretty important, you guys. And again, we've got all of that. And again, it's been an updated list. So when you hit that link in the description, our link in the description right up under this video, when you hit that link and you go to the Jeffrey Epstein files, you'll see everything updated. Come on, you guys. We got that and much, much more. I like to make sure that you guys can go directly to the files as well. That's right. Show your boys some love. Let's go ahead and hit that like button to get more people over here to get this information out. That's why I really do it. Because when you hit the like button, YouTube sends up a notification and it gets more people over here. We got a lot of educational stuff coming up that I want people to see. Really appreciate it. Let's go.
she remains far less known than Maxwell. 2 days before his death, Epstein signed the 1953 trust, leaving Shuliak $100 million, including $50 million up front. The will also granted her a 33-carat diamond ring, 48 more diamonds, as well as various properties, including his New Mexico ranch, his Paris apartment on Avenue Foch, and the famous Little St. James Island.
So basically, he gave her everything and they took whatever they could, but I'm still trying to wonder why this has never come out. And since they did get the island back, what's going on with that? Who's actually running this estate? What's going on here?
Maxwell? Well, she was named too, but for only $10 million. However, Shuliak is unlikely to see that fortune. The U.S. government has frozen the Epstein estate to compensate victims who have already received over $121 million. Documents also show Epstein funded her Columbia University dental studies, helped her family move to the U.S., and supported her path to citizenship. But here's the big question. What did she know? Well, a whole lot, it seems. Documents describe Shuliak as a central figure in Epstein's inner circle, managing his schedule, handling high-profile contacts, having earned her the nickname the Inspector. While she has not been charged with any crime, her proximity to Epstein is now raising fresh scrutiny. Today, little is known about her exact whereabouts. She's believed to be living in New York City, and so far, prosecutors do not appear to be actively pursuing her.
That's if you talking about a rich person living under the low profile. She is living low profile, especially if she's in New York, especially if she's here. That's crazy, you guys. Let's keep on moving forward because once we get into this segment, I like to peel back the onion and get us more fat on our brain than the regular people. I like to get us more information. This guy was pretty sick, Jeffrey Epstein, and the way that you can determine if someone is sick is have a conversation with them. After a while, they're going to start telling you things, right? They get more comfortable with their conversation, even if they don't get comfortable with you. They might not let a lot slip, but they're going to let a couple of things slip. Like imagine correcting yourself and admitting that you're a pedo. Check this out. I always like doing this. Anytime I get a chance to do this, I like to bring it up and let him do it himself. A little bit of information on himself, calling himself a level 1, trying to explain the level of pedo that he is, Jeffrey Epstein.
Instead of asking me the question, should you take the money? Because I think it's a legitimate question.
He was asked the question of, do you think that for the crimes that you committed, the money that you donated somewhere should be able to wipe out, the crimes that you committed? And then he tried to say, well, I did give a lot of money to polio, so maybe, yeah. It's crazy.
Think it's a legitimate question? Yes, no question. Because I think about it, I think ethics is always a complicated subject, but I can tell you that with the money I gave to help try to eradicate polio in Pakistan and India, instead of asking me whether that money should be given to these children for vaccines, I think you might want to ask their mothers who received the vaccine, who know their child now won't get polio, and ask them if Epstein should have helped these people. You're a mathematician. We walked into that clinic where they're giving that money out to these people that are in the most dire straits of poverty and sickness, and told them that the money was coming from class 3 sexual predator? Tier 1. What's tier 1's the highest and worst? No, I'm the lowest. I'm the lowest. You're the lowest. Okay, tier 1, you're the lowest. But a criminal. Yes. That the money came from them. What percentage of people do you estimate? I understand you don't like probabilities. Do you estimate would say, I don't care, I want the money for my children? I would say everyone said, I want the money for my children. Did they know where the money came from? I think if you told them, if I told them the devil, 100%. The devil himself said, I'm going to exchange some dollars for your child's life. Do you think you're the devil himself? No, but I do have a good mirror.
Yeah. You're not the devil, but you're a monster. Admitted to 2 things right there. Number 1 was that he was doing that as a pedo. And let you know the level. And then basically, how you gonna pause when somebody asks you if you're the devil? Man, listen, get away from me, Satan. I'll start turning into a Jamaican man. Blood clot, man, get your blood clot away from me, man. Get away from me, Satan. Get away from me. Don't play with me like that. Yeah, because you may come for our children next. There you go. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. I don't know what you mean by that, no name. Keep on moving forward, you guys. But that was crazy. And again, I like to bring you right into the mindset of the pedo, of the creep sometimes, especially when it's about what's on topic. Let's keep on going forward. We got a report on Donald Trump, who's going to Florida, that he told Florida that he knew about Jeffrey Epstein. He basically called the Florida police and said, you know what? I got to tell you about this guy. He basically dropped a dime on him. You know what? I don't like what's going on around here. Hit him with the belly, y'all. I'm dropping a dime on this motherfucker. Yeah, hit him with the belly. Straight up and down, Donald Trump dropped the bomb on him and told it. Y'all double tap that screen and get those likes up. Because the ex-police officer definitely said that he called about Epstein. Here we go.
This morning, a new document coming to light claims in the mid-2000s, President Trump called police about Jeffrey Epstein. Among the 3 million Epstein files released by the Department of Justice last month is a 4-page FBI report on an interview the Bureau conducted in 2019 with the man believed to be former Palm Beach Police Chief Michael Ryder. Ryder and his detectives began investigating Epstein for human trafficking in 2004. According to the document, Trump called Ryder around that time and said, "Thank goodness you're stopping him. Everyone has known he's been doing this." Ryder also says Trump said he threw Epstein out of his club, and he was around Epstein once when teenagers were present, and Trump got the hell out of there. The former police chief says Trump told him to focus on Epstein's associate Ghislaine Maxwell, saying she is evil.
Did you have any suspicions that he was molesting young women, underage women?
So they're trying to say, why didn't you say it when he was asked this question then if you actually did do all of this? I would try to say that, I didn't want to put it out there about what I did at that time, maybe just say that, but he chose to say, no, he didn't.
No idea. Trump has long denied having any knowledge of Epstein's crimes, but Reiter says Trump was one of the very first people to call when people found out that they were investigating Epstein. Maxwell appeared from prison for a congressional deposition yesterday. The convicted child sex trafficker was grilled about Epstein's crimes.
Can you please provide us with all the names of other additional co-conspirators to the crimes perpetuated by you and Jeffrey Epstein?
Do your boy a favor. I really would appreciate it right now. Really would like to get more people over here. We got some really good stories coming up, some nutritional facts, a lot of stuff as far as follow-ups, trending topics, and much, much more. If you guys appreciate the content, I'm not trying to hit your pockets because I know it's hard out here for a pimp, so I don't try to get that. I know it's hard because it's rent time right now. We got to pay that rent. Next month's coming up, and right after Valentine's Day, I get it. But what I would appreciate is, let's get it in the form of likes. All you got to do is double tap that screen. If you're not a member, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell down there so you know when we're on.
I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to silence.
She invoked the Fifth Amendment after every question. Maxwell's lawyer says she is prepared to speak fully and honestly if granted clemency by President Trump. Meanwhile, Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick faces bipartisan calls to resign over new revelations about his relationship with Epstein long after Epstein pleaded guilty to sex crimes. The Commerce Department saying Mr. and Mrs. Lutnick met Jeffrey Epstein in 2005 and had very limited interactions with him over the next...
Yeah, but again, you should have said that because initially you just said about you went to the house, you saw the massage tables and all of that. Next thing you know, once the emails come out and we find out more, now you're starting to tell more about what really happened. You were on the island for an hour, you and your family, you guys ate and left there. That's information that you never shared before. And then right after that, you actually went to meet with him again for dinner. Come on, Mr. Lutnick, get it together now. And I don't play favorites over here. It is what it is.
Next 14 years. Overseas, King Charles is breaking his silence about his brother, former Prince Andrew. Since the new revelations and the latest Epstein files release, King Charles now saying he is ready to support police as they look into a claim that Andrew shared confidential material with Epstein back when Andrew was a trade envoy.
So your brother done struck you down, took everything from you, basically 86 you out of the whole family, took your name and your ranks and your title. Now he about to help the police. I've been saying this for a little while, but Andrew about to go to jail.
Palace saying the king has made clear in words and through unprecedented actions his profound concern at allegations which continue to come to light in respect to Mr. Mountbatten Windsor's conduct. Back in Washington, members of Congress were able to view unredacted versions of the Epstein files yesterday.
There were tons of completely unnecessary redactions in addition to the failure to redact the names of victims.
Republican Thomas Massie and Democrat Ro Khanna say the DOJ redacted several names of men they say should be revealed without redactions. Massie is threatening to read the names on the House floor, but says he'll give the Justice Department time to respond.
I think we need to give the DOJ a chance to go back through and correct their mistakes.
Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche accuses those lawmakers of grandstanding. He says the DOJ is changing those redactions.
All right, I'm going to keep it a buck, too. I'm going to say I think that sometimes you do something for a reason. You know how when you mess something up, you try to make a bigger mess to hide the little mess that you did? Could that be why Pam Bondi let out those 300 names? Because some of those names might be some suspect people where they say, everybody's not bad if they had something to do with Epstein. He was trying to climb the ladder of echelon. Just keep on moving forward. There's a lot of people that's going to have to answer a lot of questions, you guys. And we're here for it. As much as we get, I'm going to bring it to you. We got to get on over to this situation about the the Pan Poly Market, where you can go get those free groceries at the store down at 7th Street. Let's find out. Let's see what's going on with this Poly Market situation from a billionaire that actually ran for mayor before here, and also has a little bit of skin in the game because he does own a couple of supermarkets himself.
to approve a 2% tax hike on the wealthy. John Cap.
First thing I'm going to say is New York. New York, get ready, because a lot of billionaires and a lot of rich people will be leaving. I can't really blame them. It's called a mass exodus. Thank you for the love. When you start to really hit people's pockets that's making money, they're going to be like, you know what? It cost me less to move from here than to pay all of these taxes. So many people have done that. I've seen 50 Cent do it in New York. I've seen Mark Zuckerberg now do it in Los Angeles. And I'm sure that many rich people in New York are now going to leave. You can only press people but so much. I get that you should tax the rich, and I get a lot of people are in defense of it. But when you keep on taxing them so much, after a while, they're going to get the hell out of here. Straight up. Let's go, you guys.
This joins me now. All right, John, why is it always with Democrats tax the rich and it's never cut the spending?
Well, you know, New York City has gone, when I ran for mayor in 2013, I think we had 249,000 New York City employees. Now it's like 306,000. So somewhere along the line, somebody has to learn how to run a business. And New York City is, besides politics, it's running a business, and everybody has to get a little bit smarter. Look what happened in California. Everybody, the exodus is happening. The people are moving out of California. Even, what was it? Zuckerberg is moving to Florida. That was the big headlines on yesterday's news. So, you know, I'm willing to give our new mayor, we talked about it, 30 days, 60 days, 90 days to learn what running a city is all about. He is a young kid. He's 34 years old. But he has to learn fast, and if he doesn't learn fast, it's going to cause problems.
Next one, John. Polymarket has opened its free grocery store. It's in New York City. The line was out the door. It'll be open through the weekend, and shoppers can go in, fill up one tote bag full of free groceries. That's what they get. Now, John, is this an advertising gimmick, or is it a real serious entry into the free grocery store business?
I think it's a fraud. I had an experience years ago when I had an associate of mine dealing with at a casino with a banker from Europe, and he would say, "I'm going to lend you $1,000, and if you make a profit, you give me back the $1,000. But if you don't make a profit, he doesn't ask him for the $1,000 he lost." So somebody in New York City wants to make New York City their dream of free groceries alive, and it's all a fraud. It's $1 million quasi bribe to somebody in the city for potty market, or either that, it could just be PR.
Okay, yeah, okay. Well,
I think it's more just PR from the gambling company that's trying to do something for people over the weekend to get their name out. Probably that. They could have picked a better name, but I think it does reflect the gambling the app. So they chose to do like a pop-up shop, and they spent the money on opening up, you know, a pop-up shop that gave away food, called it a supermarket. That was just a good tactic, and it worked because a lot of people are talking about it.
Let's take the other side of the coin. I understand that luxury grocery stores are gaining in popularity. People are spending more for healthy or Maha-inspired food. Well, you're a grocery store guy. What are you doing to cash in on this Maha movement?
Well, we want to have more organic products. We want to have more produce, more organic produce. I think what Bobby Kennedy, Secretary Kennedy, has done is make people aware that we can live to be 100 years old if we don't eat a lot of crap. And it's important because if we eat healthy, and we're going to live longer. So
I don't think you need to be talking about that, because I can look at you from your reflection, and I don't know if I'm going to listen to you on that one, but I'll listen to you on the rest. And it is good for us to eat healthy. You guys already know we have our nutrition segment that's coming up, and it is good to buy organic. Why? I'm going to tell you why in a couple of more videos down the line. Organic, organic, organic. And make sure we're looking out for pesticides. And yes, it's a little more expensive, but it's better for us. Let's keep on moving forward as Dalton sues a bank claiming that it should have stopped Tiffany Henyard. You guys remember Tiffany Henyard, the town of Dalton? They basically suing the bank saying, wait a minute, didn't we tell you guys it was supposed to be 2 signatures before you let her get any money? And you gave her the money anyway? You think that the bank should be held accountable for that, y'all? Let me know. There's supposed to be 2 signatures. They sent out the checks anyway. I don't know.
WGN Investigates has new details on a lawsuit.
They're still feeling the ramifications of this lady, her administration.
In South suburban Dalton. It's against the village's bank, claiming the bank should not have paid out money authorized by former mayor Tiffany Henyard. And this is not a small amount. Henyard has been out of office for 7 months, but the team that replaced her says she left Dalton in deep debt. This lawsuit attempts to recoup some of that money. The village is accusing Fifth Third Bank of failing to follow a 2021 village resolution passed by trustees who were concerned about Henyard's spending. It required all payments to have 2 signatures, Mayor Henyard's and the village clerk. Instead, the lawsuit says Fifth Third paid out more than $1.8 million in taxpayer money with only Henyard's signature. Fifth Third Bank acted in bad faith because it had actual knowledge that Tiffany Henyard was violating her fiduciary duties in stealing and or misappropriating public funds.
You can tell by that weave she had up there. You know, she spent some money on that weave right there. You know what I'm saying? That ain't no cheap weave. Them joints cost like 30, 20 grand right there. You got, them weaves cost so much you got to put them on layaway sometime. You know what I'm saying? This ain't no regular horsehair right here. This is that Brazilian silky, that Hawaiian silky they rocking with. You know what I'm saying, bro? And then she got the looking like, what's the name of that elephant on motherfucking Sesame Street? Mr. Snuffleupagus with the big lashes. Oh my God, straight is what's needed across the board. That's it. Thank you so much, you guys. I appreciate that. Looking like Mrs. Snuffleupagus out here. Like, what the hell is going on with them long tree branches on your face, girl? Lord have mercy. Let's keep on moving forward. Yes, exactly, a high-end bird. Let's keep on going, you guys. We got to get on over to more serious situations now in Arizona. We've been following this story in Tucson for a long time now. The FBI task force awaits forensic results from this major Guthrie operation right here. Hopefully they're getting to the bottom of this, because we've been almost 2 weeks on this case here, and I'm not saying it in a bad way, but we need to figure out where the hell this lady's at this point.
Meanwhile, let's bring in retired FBI supervisory agent James Galliano. He's been covering the case for us on the ground, and he joins us live right outside of Nancy's home in Tucson. You heard Griff talk about the fact that the people who were detained yesterday, all of them were let go. What is the strategy, in your view, in your experience, which is deep, in questioning a suspect in this type of case and then letting them go? Talk to me about that.
Sure. So, Rachel, we saw this happen across the last couple of days. We had the one stop and the execution of the search warrant down in Rio Rico, which is about 60 miles south of our position here. A suspect was released after being car stopped, and then a search was conducted at the home. The home was eventually turned back over to the family. You know, people read into that. The same with 2 nights ago. We had some police activity and 3 people were briefly detained, 1 from a vehicle. We know that a vehicle was impounded and is being gone over with a fine-tooth comb right now for any potential, evidence that can be harvested from that. This is normal. In complex investigations, these types of things happen. And I want to put this in perspective. We have 30,000 active leads right now, 30,000. I want to say in the 9/11 case, the case of the World Trade Center attacks and the Pentagon attacks, we had maybe 500,000, and in the New York office alone, maybe a couple of 100,000. So put that in perspective. 30,000 is a large amount of leads for one case like this. When these folks are stopped, there's a number of things that we can do. Now, again, if someone is in custody, right? A custodial interview requires the reading of Miranda rights. You have to tell them you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, we'll appoint one for you. And at any point in time, the suspect says they want an attorney, you have to stop the interview. The investigative detentions are different. You can talk to them because it is not considered quote unquote custodial. And how does law enforcement do this? Well, there's been a big sea change in how we do interviews. In the old days, now I want you to think about NYPD Blue and Detective Sipowicz, you know, throwing the coffee cup down and yelling at the suspect. Those are aggressive and adversarial interviews. Today, it's a lot different. We use open-ended questions, things like, tell me about this, explain this, describe this, and then we watch for signs, how the suspects or the person of interest, verbal and nonverbal cues give us more information, but it's a...
All right, man. Again, like I said yesterday and the day before, they're still looking for her. Looks like they don't have any leads, but they got 30,000 of them and they're following them. You guys, all we can do is pray, and we hope that the mother is found and in some miraculous way that she's still alive. We're talking about 11 days now. Person that's on a heart monitor as well as takes a lot of prescribed medications. But we still want to pray and pray for the family as well. And they're saying that her daughter may not go back to work because it's just too stressful for her right now. Period. Amen. Let's keep on going, you guys. We got to get on over to Polk County. We got one of your favorite judges, sheriffs. That's right, Sheriff Grady Judd. Dozens arrested for drug trafficking. Let's go on down and see what Grady got for us, you guys. I know this is one of your favorite people right here. Let's get into it.
Today, Polk County Sheriff Grady Judd announced the takedown of many gang members involved in the trafficking of methamphetamine and fentanyl. He discussed 2 different operations that led to multiple arrests. News Channel 8's Alessandra Young shares the details.
Sheriff Judd went into detail about Operation Bloodline and Operation Flatline, where he says this drug trafficking organization was operating in multiple counties, including Polk, Hillsborough, and Pasco. Sheriff Grady Judd held up pictures of 4 victims, ages 21 through 50. 3 died from overdoses, and 1 is in a nursing home unconscious, unlikely to ever recover. He says with an upsurge in fentanyl overdoses, they're watching victims die before their very eyes.
Damn.
This is someone's grandchildren. This is someone's children. This is someone's brother and sister. These are real people that these folks are killing.
The investigation into this organized criminal enterprise began in April of 2025, and Sheriff Judd says thousands of hours were poured into this massive investigation involving several agencies.
We made 51 arrests. We charged 10 with racketeering. There were 78 pounds of meth seized, 14.55 pounds of fentanyl.
He says enough fentanyl was seized to kill over 3 million people.
Fentanyl traffickers are killing people across this county, this state, and this nation just as sure as someone...
Aren't they supposed to be deemed something else once they get caught with that Fetty Wap? Isn't that supposed to be like, you know, what they call, you know, yeah. Aren't they supposed to up the case? They said that that's like not fed, but even higher than that because it's a controlled substance that can, right? So it's supposed to be almost de-sentence.
Putting a gun to our victim's head and shooting them in the head.
Attorney General James Uthmeyer says this is not just street-level drug dealing.
This
was advanced trafficking, conspiracy, RICO. We're going to go after these guys with everything we've got. We're going to throw the book at them.
Several of the people arrested were highlighted, and officials say these are career criminals.
This is one of the biggest gang takedowns over the last year. And you can see from what was seized here, this isn't child's play. This is not small stuff.
They were very, very, very dangerous people.
Now, through teamwork, wiretap, surveillance, and undercover detectives leading to these arrests, Judd says the streets have become that much safer. Sheriff Judd says there are still 5 people wanted, but not to worry because they will have them in custody soon. In Tampa, I'm Alessandra Young, 8 on your side.
All right, we got to get on over to the UK right now because they're not playing when they come down and trying to do some terroristic still stuff. You know what I'm saying? They're not playing when they come down to that. They caught these 2 guys, these ISIS-inspired dudes, and they thought that they was going to get this off. They ran up on them hot and heavy. They was not playing, you guys. I want you guys to see this right here. Hold on a minute. Yeah, this was 1 day ago. Check this out.
Get on the fucking floor!
So, did you listen to me now, yeah? I'm arresting you on suspicion of being a terrorist. In that, you have been concerned in the commission, preparation, or instigation of acts of terrorism, contrary to Section 40, 1 and B of the Terrorism Act 2000. You are suspected of preparing for a terrorist attack in the UK.
Got him. Won't be doing that.
Listen to me, and I'll tell you which way to walk and everything, okay? Stay where you are, stay sitting down, stay there, okay? Step up, step out.
Okay, you want them?
215, 415.
Walk through that door.
They caught them before they can do it.
He's also said that you've mentioned about being a supporter of ISIS.
No, I don't answer this question.
Are you a supporter of ISIS?
Do you want to answer? Yes.
You are?
Yes.
Okay, tell me about that.
No, I don't tell you anything. They are Muslim. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, they are Muslim.
What is it about them that you support?
They are Muslim. They make Sharia. Yeah, they make Sharia.
Okay.
Yes.
Is there a difference between ISIS and some other people who say they're Muslims?
Yeah, they're all Muslims. They are hypocrites, but the ISIS, they are real Muslim.
Okay.
They make Sharia.
Okay.
Which kind?
So up until the point today, you've been discussing a male that you referred to as Bilal, the male that, not your brother.
Yeah.
The male that you travelled down to London to meet.
Okay.
And that you met at the last drop earlier on today. Earlier yesterday.
Yeah, he was Popo.
So what I'm going to advise you at this moment in time is that Bilal is an undercover operative.
Yeah, he was Popo.
So
yeah,
as a result of that, we have information that would suggest that yourself and
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, it's a throwback. But this case is being brought up. It's about to go to court, and we're going to see what happens to it. Wanted you guys to see what led up to this point. They're about to bring this case to court. We're going to see what happens with it. Pretty good information, the way they ran down on him, right? He didn't even know that the guy that he was going to meet was Popo. Let's keep on, and when I say Popo, I mean Hawaii 5-0, police, woo, woo, book 'em, Dano. Let's go, y'all. Let's keep on going over to Washington, D.C., where Raven Edwards, the police identified a mother of 3 that lost their lives. The mother's a victim. The mother speaks out. You guys, let me tell you something. Take these warnings in very, 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 very important. When it comes down to your daughter, or maybe your niece or your sister, when she has a domestic situation with an ex-boyfriend or something, you guys might think, oh, I'm going to stay out of it because they get back together all the time. Sometimes they don't get back together, and sometimes things like this happen, like what happened in Washington, D.C. This woman lost her life, and she actually has children. Not only that, but she was already going through situations with her own with dialysis and her own health issues.
Hearing from the mother of the D.C. woman shot and killed in front of her very young children just last night.
Police say Stefan Jeter shot and killed Raven Edwards and then took off with their 3-year-old son, triggering an Amber Alert before Jeter took his own life. Fox 5's Bob Barnard is live now in Northwest with the very latest.
Hey there, guys. D.C. police late today identified the murder victim as Raven Edwards, 34 years old. Raven's mother tells Fox 5 her daughter was murdered by Stefan Jeter, who was the father of Raven's youngest child.
I've always been worried about Raven. All of us have, because it's been an ongoing situation.
Now, Raven Edwards was a single mother of 3 living with kidney failure since last fall. Her mother, Lucy, telling us Raven was killed because she didn't want to have a relationship with Jeter beyond him.
This one, him. She didn't want to have a relationship with him.
Being a father to their son. Wounded in the shooting was Raven's 10-year-old daughter, who was apparently targeted, they believe, because she always stood up for her mother. She's already out of the hospital, and with her younger brother, who witnessed the deadly violence, are staying with their father. Raven Edwards' youngest child, the 3-year-old boy taken by his father after the shooting, The subject of a brief Amber Alert is reportedly now with his paternal grandmother in Prince George's County. D.C. police say Stefan Jeter, who was 35, shot and killed himself last night after being pursued by police and crashing his pickup truck. That was after fleeing the murder scene with his young son and leaving the little boy with his mother.
It's been an ongoing situation with him threatening her, wishing her death, taking keys to her apartment. We've had to pay to change locks. And at this point, my daughter has lupus. Both of her kidneys weren't working. She's not working herself. So it's not that she wasn't trying to get away or wasn't trying to move. She had been trying to move.
Now, Raven Edwards was shot and killed, her 10-year-old daughter shot and wounded in the courtyard of their Glover Park home on W Street Northwest around 4:30 yesterday afternoon. Neighbors there today telling us the deadly violence is heartbreaking.
It's a complete tragedy. I think a family has sort of been broken and something's been lost, and I think everyone in the neighborhood has been really taken aback.
Again, stuff like this, we gotta really make sure when it's that hard to get away from somebody, sometimes you might even have to let them go out of state. Like, look, y'all, you're gonna have to get out of state on this guy unless we're gonna have to do something to him.
I mean, these were pretty young kids and they were very sweet, and I spoke to them on a couple of occasions. Yeah, it's just deeply unexpected.
She's her neighbor.
Now, late today, we were speaking with Raven's mother, her siblings, her aunt. They all said she was a wonderful mother, had once competed for Miss DC, that they can't believe she's gone.
Listen up, New York.
Oh, man, beautiful. She was going through so much already and had lupus, too. Want to pray for her. Got to pray for her soul. I want to pray for the family and the children because they were already going through enough. And the daughter, they got pow. Hopefully she has 100% recovery, and again, psychologically as well, because it's not just the physical scars that she has to deal with. There's psychological scars there as well. Appreciate you guys, and that's why I share stories like this with you, because I don't want you or your family to deal with situations like this. Amen. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. And again, if you know somebody dealing with situations like this, you might joke about it, oh, he crazy or whatever like that. No, he ain't crazy. His ass got to go. Let's keep on moving forward over to San Antonio, Texas. We got 4 high school students that lost their lives, 2 in 2 weeks. And I think the other 2 were because of suicide, and I can't say the whole word. But of course, because of the way that the school is dealing with it, friends are probably feeling traumatized, and they don't know how to handle it. So a lot of kids are dealing with this situation in San Antonio, Texas. And we're definitely going to have to pray for them, you guys. But I had to let you know about this story because I can't even believe it happened.
Tonight, we're learning more about the teens who have died, plus what Northside ISD says it's doing right now to help grieving students.
4 student deaths since last week, leaving 2 Northside ISD communities grieving. At Stevens High School, family confirms 16-year-old student-athlete Jaron Troy Lawson collapsed during football practice yesterday and later died at the hospital. District leaders say his coach was by his side when he passed 6 minutes after midnight. 3 other deaths are connected to...
No, it probably ain't got nothing to do with it, but he looked like he knew how to fucking play. Excuse me. He looked like he was good.
Marshall High School. 15-year-old Ziba Mirshaddad was killed Monday after police say she was hit by a commercial trash truck. The 2 other Marshall students are believed to have died by suicide. One has been identified as Makari Jacobs. Her mother Keisha told us Makari was a kind, creative, caring young woman who was fighting an internal battle for some time.
Her and I had the conversation. We were both going to get Valentine's nails, and we were both going to do polka dots on them. And she went the next day and got her nails done by another student at Marshall.
Alicia Kelly teaches Marshall's pre-nursing program and knew Makari personally. Yesterday, Kelly walked out in protest, saying the campus needs stronger mental health support.
They just said there was a loss of life on campus. You may notice some signs, and your children gave a little list and said the counselors are available. There was nothing else out there. No additional resources, nothing.
NISD says counselors have mobilized to campuses and students can reach out to counselors, nurses, or administrators, adding that in a crisis situation, students are seen immediately.
When we experience a student loss, it is a community loss.
Dr. Kimberly Ridgely, Assistant Superintendent for Whole Child Development at NISD, says students may show grief through anger, sadness, or withdrawal. And parents should watch for changes in eating, sleeping, or social behavior.
We tell parents to say, I have some sad news I need to tell you, and then tell them the news. We tell parents to be honest about what is developmentally appropriate. And so we say death and we say die because that is appropriate.
As the community mourns, students at Marshall are now looking at ways to honor the classmates they've lost.
I just want them to know that they're loved and we see them.
Oh man, you see what happens? It's like a community and the kids, they lose their friends. They think that it's not even worth it anymore. They start doing all types of things that they don't feel comfortable with, alienate themselves, probably eat different. That's why I always say, when I was young, I think about what would I appreciate if somebody came to me, if they was BSing me or if they was telling me straight up what's going on. And if they were understanding my life and what I'm dealing with and acknowledging that. That'll actually be a person that I go to and talk to. So I try to think about myself in that sense. Like you don't want to be so hard on them because all that's going to do is push them away. Sometimes you got to be straight up and tell them, look, I've been through this too. They're like, for real, Daddy? Or for real, Unc? Exactly. Come down to their level when it comes down to stuff like that, because then they'll feel comfortable by bringing stuff back to you and telling you what's going on. And always be honest, because once they catch you, you're going to have problems. Let's give love to the families that lost their children in this tragic event at the school, as well as all of the children that are there. We want to pray for strength and more therapy going on so that they can get through this tragic event and move through their lives with a stronger sense of ability and capabilities and make sure that they're loved. You got, Lord, please watch over them, and hopefully this is the last that we hear about any loss of life at that school. Amen. Got to keep on moving forward now to Maria Bartoli. Thousands of AI-enabled humanoid robots have been deployed in Ukraine, and they're everywhere. These robots, I want to talk to you guys about this because this is something that we really need to get in the front of. At some point, our jobs are going to become obsolete. If you're a cleaner, if you do anything that's repetitive, it's going to be a robot to basically take over your job. Now, if there's something that they have to learn, it's going to just take a little while for them to learn. But the fact of the matter is, it's coming, and there's no answer for it. And even the people that develop these robots and these AI robots, pretty honest in saying it, that they don't know what they're going to do. The only problem is, the only way to stop it is for everybody to stop at the same time. But China would never stop. So the U.S. has to continue making this AI and going further into robots. If you think about it. It's a pretty hard place to be into, but that's where we're at right now.
Is predicting most white-collar tasks could be automated within 12 to 18 months. He says that the shift is already visible in software engineering, as AI has already transformed the work by driving the next generation of robotics across industry and across defense. Humanoid.
Now do your boy a favor, double tap that screen. Let's get those likes up, and thank you for all the love, Miss Swanza and Liberty and everybody. How y'all doing right now? Let's get more people over here so they can see what we got going on. Let's go.
Robots emerging as the future of warfare. The U.S. accelerating AI integration into combat operations. San Francisco-based Foundation Future Industries is developing humanoid robots built specifically for military use. The company is also scaling...
So instead of sending a human being in there to get something, they're going to send the robot in there and let the drones power at the robot. Makes sense.
Commercial deployment across the country. In manufacturing, including in the auto sector. Joining me now is Foundation Future Industries CEO, Sanket Patek. Sanket, great to have you this morning. Thank you so much for being here. First, let me get your reaction to what you heard from the Microsoft AI CEO, that all those jobs are turning to automation. You also have the CEO of Anthropic, Dario, who also made a similar comment. He said, And he's probably like the most safety focused CEO in the AI industry. He says AI will eliminate 50% of entry level white collar jobs within 1 to 5 years. Your reaction?
First, great to be with you, Maria. And
do me a favor, pay attention to what's happening behind him. Just pay attention. Y'all gonna see some stuff happening behind him.
I actually agree with him. It seems like increasingly more and more any kind of work that humans do today that is repetitive, anything that does not require high amounts of intellectual skill set, or even things that require high amounts of intellectual skill set but can be learned with a lot of data, all of those jobs are potentially going away, and all of them would be automated with humanoids or other forms of robots.
Well, this is a big statement. What are we supposed to do about that? How can people arm themselves with the right information to actually survive and potentially thrive in this new era?
I mean, this is, Maria, I think this is as close to the singularity as we can be. Like, I personally struggle.
Basically saying there's nothing we can do. He said, I personally struggle with this topic.
With this question a whole lot as well. I don't think there's a way to stop all of the AI development unless everybody decides to stop at the same time. China would not decide to stop. US, for that reason, would not decide to stop. So this is an inevitable shift in how our economy is going to work and how humanity is going to work. And it's quite a hard question. Like, I do not know what the purpose or the day-to-day of human street looks like. I am, however, optimistic. I think what's going to happen is, historically, we haven't really gotten rid of slavery. We've just changed that to a financial incentive. So now people are forced to work jobs that they don't like doing and do that for very minimal wage and cannot buy a house, barely can afford healthcare, barely can afford education. AI has the potential of changing all of that. It has the potential of being able to give everybody good housing, everybody good healthcare, everybody good education. And for the first time in the history of humanity, people can actually do things they enjoy doing. So that's the optimistic side.
How the hell are we going to enjoy stuff with no money? We need to work to make money.
Side of it. I do, however, worry what this means in the short term, because in the short term, it's going to be a very disruptive change. Elon has called this, I think, a supersonic tsunami, which is probably the right thing. This is going to be an extremely disruptive change. And I think the governments are going to struggle to keep up. But I do think there's a path ahead where the future is quite exciting for humanity. And that's the one that we're striving for.
Okay, so let's talk about your business.
No, that's it. That's what I wanted to talk about. I want to get everybody understanding that right there, that even the people that are involved in AI, even the ones that are making the robots, the humanoids, they're the ones that are saying, we can't stop. And it's kind of like a D-rug. They're on a D-rug and they can't stop taking it. Because if they stop, somebody's going to get in front of us. Kind of like the race to the moon. You get it? We got to be first. Get it? Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. We got to keep on going. What we got over here? We got this AI. We're going to stay in the same category. AI generated videos of Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise. It stirs up a pretty big controversy. You know what that means, right? It means that actors will now be obsolete. You can just type in Tom Cruise fighting The Rock. Next thing you know, it's generated and it's on. Do your boy a favor, double tap that screen. Want you guys to see now what Hollywood is doing about it, as well as SAG-AFTRA, because they kind of peed off about this video. Like, yo, how you gonna do that? Check this out. Stop, cease and desist and everything. Just from a snippet video that this guy made.
Nightmare come true in Hollywood. A viral AI-generated video of actors Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise fighting is causing a stir online.
And there is concern over the believability of these clips and the unauthorized use of copyright materials. CBS LA's Lauren Posen is live in Burbank with the fears that the advanced technology would put many Hollywood jobs at risk, Lauren.
Uh-oh. They don't need the
Pat,
actors
this is
no
definitely
more.
a big talker in Hollywood tonight. And the person behind that viral clip is actually a filmmaker. And this 15-second clip is turning up the volume on a conversation happening right now in Hollywood about AI. On the surface, it looks like two of Hollywood's biggest stars going head-to-head in an action-packed showdown. Tom Cruise versus Brad Pitt. But the scene never happened.
They're like two of the biggest movie stars, and it was funny to see them say stuff that no one would ever agree to having them say.
Irish filmmaker Rory Robinson created the AI clip using a new AI tool from ByteDance, the company that owns TikTok in China.
I didn't know it was going to blow up this big or whatever, but I had a hunch that it was going to cause a little bit of a commotion, I think.
The quality is so good, it's hard to tell what's AI and what's real, like this. Late Friday, Disney hit ByteDance with a cease and desist. The Motion Picture Association also denounced the AI tool, saying in part, ByteDance is disregarding well-established copyright law that protects the rights of creators and underpins millions of American jobs. AI was one of the main reasons both SAG-AFTRA and the Writers Guild went on strike in 2023. In a statement, SAG-AFTRA said in part, it stands with the studios in condemning the blatant infringement, as video includes unauthorized use of our members' voices and likenesses. Entertainment legal experts say legally, there's not a straight answer.
It can qualify as infringement, whether of copyright exactly or name, image, and likeness is some of the complexity here.
Yeah, but guess what? I got a monkey wrench for all of that. Check this out. Now, you got those people that's complaining. What happens with the actors that don't complain? Yeah. What if they say, you know what? I'll give you $3 million for your likeness to be in this movie. You don't even have to act. Actors like, yo, hold up. Wait, I might just take that $3 million. I ain't even got to go nowhere. Just sign over. Think about it that way, you guys. Where there's a will, there's a way. Yeah, you know how we do over here. That's how we got to think. Always find a way around it. 5 steps ahead. You never know. What if Tom Cruise is approaching, they say, you know what? You're right. $30 million. Abba-dooba-baba-beeba. There we go. Next thing you know, he's signing that and it's going to happen. Yeah, I'm telling you guys, it's always a will, there's a way. You're going to find some actors, believe it or not, that's going to be okay with that. And what's Hollywood going to do about that? Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. We got to get on over to Tulsa. We got this family that's been still dealing with this situation for a pretty long time. You know how they say State Farm, they're supposed to be there to take care of you? Well, I guess not, because this State Farm claim has been delayed for so long, I think they about to move and go somewhere else. It's been a pretty long time since they put in their claim. They've been awarded their claim, but this is what happens with insurance when they don't come clean.
The team has gotten a lot of complaints about State Farm insurance not paying out.
I bet you they're not promoting this right here, State Farm. You're not telling nobody about how slow it is for your payments to go out. Do your boy a favor, double tap that screen. If you got State Farm, just trying to bring you up on some information about your home insurance.
On claims.
Now, one Broken Arrow couple tells Tulsa's investigative reporter Janet Clark how they're fighting back. It's a Fox 23 investigation.
You can see where the fire started over there.
Kenny Cox says he and his wife came home one day last spring to see Broken Arrow firefighters in front of his house. His home, still smoldering, had caught fire.
The fire department, they said, put 10,000 gallons of water on it, which all the ceilings collapsed.
You come home and your home is burned. That must have been devastating.
How come the commercial don't pop in right now where the State Farm man is there like, okay, we got this. Yeah, where the man with the glasses at the State Farm commercial now?
It was horrible. This
yeah, like a good neighbor.
You know, we have Sunday dinner with all our kids and grandkids after church, and this is where everybody comes.
Where'd the fire start?
Where the hell is Jake when you need him?
Right there in the corner of the garage. They ended up saying it was a squirrel that chewed through some wiring, and it sparked it, and that's what started the fire.
How bad was the fire?
The wind was blowing out of the south. It took the flames all the way through the attic.
How much of your home was damaged?
All of it. Be careful.
Now, months later, Kenny showed us inside.
Dining room and living room and kitchen. As you can see, everything's gone out of the ceiling. It's burnt all the way across the ridge, all the way. way to the top.
You can see mold all over his house.
Come on,
Yeah,
Jake.
mold
For
sitting
real,
on the
Jake?
bottom. There's mold there, mold here. This king-size mattress was white. That's where mold is on it.
Kenny says early on, a structural engineer told him his home could not be rebuilt.
He walked through here, just a quick walk through, and he come out and he said, I don't know why they got me here. This house is total.
In fact, Kenny says 2 independent structural engineers came to the same conclusion, that his home was in such bad shape it could not be rebuilt. Kenny says at first his insurance company, State Farm, agreed and told him the same thing.
2 women come out that made up the team. They walk through it and say the house is a total loss.
He said he asked State Farm that day if he should tarp and secure the home for when it rained.
And they said, no, it's a total loss. We're not wasting money on that.
But a few weeks later, Kenny says State Farm told him something far different, that his home was not a total loss, that they wanted to repair it. Kenny says that would save the insurance company thousands of dollars. What's happened since then?
It's just been one thing after another. Just so discouraging.
Several months ago, he and his wife bought a 5th-wheel trailer and parked it in the front yard so they would have somewhere to live.
Home sweet home.
At this point, they're so frustrated they put this sign in the yard in front of their burned, unlivable home.
Our home burnt May 13th, 2025. Fully insured at State Farm. All we have gotten is lies, denies, and delays.
Oh man, feel sorry for them, but you know what? I'm happy that they weren't in there when that fire happened and they still have the wherewithal to keep fighting. You know what? Sometimes that's actually a good thing for people. Keeps them alert, keeps them moving. Sucks that that happened though. Want to pray for him as well as his wife and his family and hope that they come out of this with flying colors and a brand new home and a new dog too. Because that's a new place. That's a place that a nice dog could live at. Seems like a beautiful couple. Amen. Just keep on moving forward, you guys. We got to get on over to Houston. And I wish my uncle was around and saved me from situations like this. All of a sudden, I'm going to go put up an ad. I go to sell a watch. And you know what? The guy that wants to buy the watch doesn't want to buy it. He's trying to get at me with the pow pow out of nowhere. How'd my uncle find out I was over here? Comes out of nowhere and it's Unc to the rescue. Check this out, you guys. Houston, if I was him, I would make sure that this uncle right here gets a good birthday gift. Check this out.
All right, so before you post that next item for sale on Facebook Marketplace, you want to stop and be smart about it. So we are seeing a really scary trend in Cyprus where a quick cash grab is turning into a gunfight. Sherman DeSell live for us outside of this Costco on Northwest Freeway. And Sherman, crazy story here. The uncle came to save the day.
Listen, Anthony, the uncle came through, man. Just last night, a man showed up to this Costco behind me trying to sell a high-end watch that he had been posting online, only to find some guys trying to take him for the watch and everything else. So take a look at this watch, because that's been a subject online. Deputies reported being a Rolex. People online are saying it's a Folex, but things took a turn when the victim's uncle walked out of the store, saw the robbery happening, pulled his own gun out, and started shooting.
Some people are saying it's a Rolex. Others are saying it's a Folex.
He shot two out of the three suspects. All of them were caught about an hour later, including a 16-year-old. Constable Mark Herman says no watch is worth the risk that they saw here last night.
You know, a lot of things in life are just common sense. It's all common sense, no matter what you do. And, you know, for a few $100s, you're risking your life and going and exposing yourself and friends or family to these people you don't know.
At nighttime in a Costco parking lot too? Nah, bro, that's not a good place to meet nobody.
So the suspects, 16, 17, and 18. The 17 and 18-year-old, they both went to the hospital. One of them had to get surgery, but all three of them are in some hot water right now. So just a reminder, police zones are designated areas for you to make these online transactions happen. If someone doesn't want to meet you at one of those police stations, that is a red flag. Just do not do it. Back to you.
You know, sure. Hey, first and foremost, shout out to the uncle for being there, right? But did he actually, was he in the car with the nephew? How did he get there? Is he facing any charges?
Yeah, we're not sure. We're not sure if he came with him or he just happened to be at the right place at the right time. And as of right now, the only people who are facing some charges are the three guys who pulled up to get this watch.
Oh, there you go. And they got something hot in their eyes, too. Unc was like, not today. Bow, 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 bow. Ricochet rabbit. Oh, man, let's keep on moving. Unc was not playing it, yo. Unc was like, Unc Sheriff to the rescue. Let's get on over to Illinois, you guys. We got to get over to Illinois. We got a 6 setup for Erda. Milwaukee woman charged in additional charges. Basically, what I'm getting from this story is she lured a man to a hotel and it didn't go down the right way, you guys. 19-year-old at that. Let's go, you guys. They out here early doing it, and sometimes they're not always the victim. Sometimes they the ones that's doing it. Check this out.
Milwaukee woman won't fight the state of Illinois to bring her there on murder charges.
19 years old. Milwaukee. Let's double tap that screen to get those likes up, you guys. I really would appreciate it. Gets much more people over here to see our stories. Let's go.
Prosecutors in DuPage County say she shot and killed a man last week. As Bill Miston explains, prosecutors say she spent the night with the victim and another woman at a hotel.
Illinois.
Miss Woods, you're wanted by the state of Illinois for the crime of murder in the first degree.
19-year-old Crystal Woods appeared in court Friday afternoon. She's charged by prosecutors in DuPage County, Illinois, with shooting and killing a man in Oak Brook Terrace last week.
Your attorney tells me that you wish to waive extradition and go back to Illinois voluntarily. Is that correct?
Yes. Last Wednesday, 28-year-old Obaidullah Sharif was found shot in the head in his car after crashing in a parking lot in Oak Brook Terrace. Sharif was pronounced dead at a local hospital. Police found a receipt for a nearby hotel with the name of a Milwaukee woman. A witness at the hotel told investigators he spoke with Sharif the day before, who said he was nervous about meeting up with 2 women he met on Tinder. When checking out the next day, a witness told investigators a woman, later identified as Woods, accused Sharif of taking $200 from her. That started an argument. Woods, another woman, and Sharif were asked to leave the property. Investigators then went back through surveillance video, social media, and license plate readers. After checking out, Sharif and another car with the 2 women entered a parking garage about 1.5 miles away. Police connected the suspect car and 2 women to this apartment complex on the city of Milwaukee's northwest side, near 73rd and Dean, where Woods was taken into custody. It's unclear if others will be charged in the case. The DuPage County State's Attorney's Office tells me that it isn't going to comment further on the matter, at least until Woods makes her first court appearance.
$200. Man. Oh, man. He paid $160 too much, man. Oh, my God. Terrible situation where this guy loses his life. Seems like to me like it had something to do with that. Still want to pray for me. Guys, I know it's hard out here to find a date and find a girl, but you got to be careful. He was nervous for the right reason, too. Nervous for the right reason. Feel sorry for him and pray for his family as well. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Yeah, he was trying to get some, and he got some. He got more than what he wanted. Get on over to Montclair. We got a store clerk that was confronted in a jewelry store. The owner and the family's pretty angry at the family member. Like, look, when something like this happen, just let them take the jewelry. Because you're over here fighting this person back, it's not going to work. It's not going to be a good situation. A lot of times, especially if it's happening like this, you might as well let the dude make it.
Montclair Jewelry Store is speaking out after an armed robber pulled off a violent smash
inside the mall. Where's security at in the mall, y'all? What's going on?
Grab this week.
Yeah, but he didn't have an easy time doing it. A shop employee fought back, and all of it was caught on video. Chris Wolf joining us live from Montclair with a story you'll see only on 5. Chris?
That's right, Rick and Karine. The victims here are an Armenian-American family who poured their hearts and souls into this jewelry store business. The brave employee who you're about to see in this incredible surveillance footage is also the sister of the shop owner. And he tells me he is shocked that she took such a risk. It was just another day at the Fast Fix jewelry and watch repair shop at the Montclair Place Mall on Thursday, February 12th, shortly after 7:30 p.m. That's until a man pretending to browse around the store walked out, walked back in, and then charged behind the counter, brandishing a handgun and also a stun gun at the female employee demanding diamond rings and fine jewelry and telling her to keep quiet. But this armed robber underestimated his victim. Instead of surrendering and backing away immediately, she puts up one hell of a fight, seemingly unfazed by the weapons pointed right at her at close range. The brave woman appears to take a boxing stance at times, rushing the thug and struggling with him, even as he smashes the display case with his stun gun in his determination to snatch pricey merchandise before making an escape. Despite the scuffle, he got away with precious gems. The determined sales clerk is the sister of the shop owner. This is a family business, their baby. You put up a fight. You even look like you were like this at one point. What was going through your mind?
I was scared, but I see, like, I'm gonna do something, just, I'm gonna help by myself or something, and I start laughing, and then he start touch me, with my legs, and he run, and the security come in, and he run all the merchandise in floor, the glass all in the floor. Yes.
You were never scared for your life?
I scared so much, yes.
But you still fought.
You had no
I
choice
scared
sometimes,
so
man.
much, it's so
You caught the wrong
bad
one.
for me,
She don't play.
Wow. The victims believe the attacker is roughly 45 to 55 years old, Hispanic, darker skinned, speaking broken English. He wore a cap, face mask, and a jacket.
If you guys noticed, he was casing the place. He walked out just to see if anybody was out there, ran right back in once he got his hands ready with what he wanted to take. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. If y'all appreciate the content, why you ain't a member already? Why haven't you hit that notification bell down there so that you know when we're on? It ain't over. Thought you ain't like the beat. Party ain't over. Groove me. Ow, that's right. It's Monday morning, y'all. Come on, wake up. Y'all got to get out of here. Got to get to work, and I got to get you this information. We're going to get over to New York, and if I can make it there. That's right, you guys. New York, downtown. We got a man who's been accused of a crime spree. 3 different crimes, and guess what? He didn't get caught until he finished the 3rd one. That's about right. We do the same one yesterday. Guy came up, did the crazy thing in the train station, hit the lady, came up and hit somebody else, and then he punched the 17-year-old, and then after that he got arrested, right? Well, guess what? Same sort of situation after the fact. And they say, oh, the guy might be crazy, so be. Yeah, okay. But does that mean that all of the victims that had to deal with this situation shouldn't get any justification?
A lot of crazy details with this story that stretches several blocks. Let's start right here. This is Uncle Jack's Steakhouse at the corner of 35th and 9th.
New York, baby, New York.
And as you can see, the windows here boarded up after police say that man broke in, and he did not stop here. No love on display at Uncle Jack's Steakhouse around 2:30 a.m. Valentine's Day. A surveillance video shows a man smashing windows with the barrier to get into the restaurant. He then heads to the bar, grabs a bottle, drinks from it, and throws it. How much in damage will you estimate?
Right now, with the doors and this, we could say about $50,000 in damage.
General Manager Muhammad Yassin says it could have been worse.
Thanks God there was nobody in the restaurant. There was nobody around here. God knows what could have happened. These days, guns, knives is very common.
Next door at the deli, workers say the man also paid them a visit.
He pushes the counter, the cashier, this cashier, snacks, causes trouble, and they left.
Where he went, according to police, several blocks down to the Interfaith Retreats hostel on 8th Avenue and 29th.
So he's continuing his BS. He started down there, he went in the store, started messing up stuff in there. Now he's going into a hostel just to start some trouble in there.
Someone rang the doorbell. Now I step out into the stairwell to receive the person.
Then surveillance video captures Adi Purusha's interaction with the man, which turned physical.
This person, intoxicated, crazy, came running up the stairs and he started ripping the fire extinguisher off the wall. I said, whoa, wait a minute, stop that.
And it did not stop there. Why the hell are you gonna be crazy with a fire extinguisher and not use it, right? Might as well use it.
Don't do that, Then there was a bit of a scuffle and he ran out with the fire extinguisher.
The man putting that fire extinguisher to use at the 7-Eleven next door.
Fourth crime. Let's go.
So the guy had the fire extinguisher. He was spraying it all over the place. Of course.
Did a pirouette, covered 9,000 items with dust.
Still, Purusha is offering grace.
The people that do stuff like this, you know, they're falling. They're precipitating out of the liquid of society. They need help. They're crying out for help.
Where the hell are you from? What are you talking about? He need his ass whooped and to go to jail.
He's also thanking police who arrested the man they identified as 36-year-old Jonathan Jones.
They come quickly. They're very professional.
Reporting on the west side, Angelo Bavaro, Pix 11 News.
Oh, boy, I'm telling you, New York is all every man for himself. Every man for himself. And you might catch a bad one. I was selling armor when I started my website. Body armor. And people thought I was crazy. I got to go see if I can still get that link, because it could stop certain things. You know what I'm saying? Put it up under your suit. I made it very affordable. Yeah, body armor, man. You think it's a game? You might need it. Let's keep on moving forward to Texas now. What we got? Oh, man, it's going down in this area, in this Pow Pow shop. They warning customers about follow home real snobberies. Be careful with the follow home real snobberies. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, because it's happening in Texas and Houston. And they even following you home from the gun range.
Tonight, gun shops are warning customers after a man was followed home and robbed yesterday. This was the scene outside of an apartment on Rampart where police say the man actually shot a robber who followed him from a gun range. Police say a second one got away and new at 10. And ABC 13's Luke Jones is live in Memorial where one shop is sounding the alarm on this one, Luke.
Yeah, Eric, Full Armor Firearms say they've seen this same scenario play out before. Someone buys a gun or maybe stops by the gun range, then they're followed home by a gun thief. So tonight they're asking everyone to double check, make sure there's...
These got to be some of the stupidest people in the world. Why would you follow someone home that you know got it on them? I don't know.
No one behind you when you're leaving the shop, that you're not being trailed. When a Gulfton man was followed home from the gun range yesterday and robbed of his guns, it sounded all too familiar to the folks at Full Armor Firearms. Several months back, it happened to one of their customers.
The bad guy was hiding in his car somewhere watching. And he's watching for somebody to come out and carrying a bag, and then when they go into their car, he would follow them out.
While James Hillen's customers can do their shopping in-store, many of Houston's criminals are legally barred from buying, leading more of them to prey on legal gun owners.
Y'all be careful out there, because they so stupid in Houston that they'll actually come get it off you while you got it on you. Yes, you guys, that's what I'm talking about. Be very careful out there. And today's segment of our health segment is going to be about store-bought vegetables. That's right, you guys, and herbs. You can actually regrow them. Did you know that? You can regrow store-bought vegetables. The reason I'm saying this to you is because a lot of times you guys say, yeah, Bugatti, that's a good idea about that plum, good idea about that, but you know, we don't have the means and the areas to do it. Well, guess what? If you got a windowsill, place that you can put up some shelves, a little area to grow, you can actually have your own small garden, and you can use store-bought vegetables. Did you know that? So here goes 20 store-bought vegetables and herbs that you can regrow. Scallions, you ready? Celery, romaine lettuce, bok choy, okay. We got cabbage. You can't grow the whole cabbage, but you can grow part of it, they say. Basil, you can regrow. Mint, lemongrass, rosemary, oregano, and we heard about the properties of oregano yesterday, didn't we? Thyme, also sage, S-A-G-E, chives, you can grow all of this stuff at home. Horseradish, and I didn't even believe that you can grow turmeric in your own garden. You know what turmeric is good for? Inflammation. Turmeric pills, when you get those capsules that are at least about 600 milligrams, pop 2 of those. If you got the sciatica and it's bothering your leg when you walk, you got to take the whole bottle for a whole month. Boom, sciatica, you're going to start seeing ease. Turmeric, it takes a while to start working inside of the body for inflammation, and it has to work with cumin it works better with, and pepper. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's go. I said turmeric, right? Ginger, you can make it at home. Sweet potatoes, yes, you can grow them yourself. Garlic, carrot tops, and beet tops. You know the beets that's good for your blood? You guys got it. You don't want to write it down. The link is in the description. That whole list right there is in the description. I want to show you guys how to actually grow your own foods just in case you decide to do it. Why not? Why not learn how to do it yourself if you can actually do it yourself? And these are 20 store-bought vegetables that you've been throwing away.
Most people toss vegetable scraps straight into the trash without realizing they are throwing away free plants. That leftover celery base, those green onion roots, even that chunk of ginger could be producing fresh harvests for months. After 3 decades of gardening, I have turned countless kitchen scraps into thriving plants. Today, I am sharing 20 vegetables and herbs you can regrow from store-bought produce. Stick around for number 16, which might surprise you, plus a bonus tip at the end. The first vegetable on our list is green onions, sometimes called scallions. And they are one of the easiest regrows you will ever try. When you buy a bunch from the grocery store, you typically use the green tops and discard the white rooted ends. Those rooted bases are exactly what you need to keep. Place the white ends with the roots attached in a small jar or glass with about an inch of water. Set it on a sunny windowsill and change the water every couple of days. Within a week, you will see fresh green shoots emerging from the center. Once they reach several inches tall, you can snip what you need and let them keep growing. For even better results, transplant the rooted ends into a pot with good quality potting mix. Bury them just deep enough to cover the roots and the white portion. A variety like Evergreen Hardy White is perfect for this because it produces vigorous bunching growth. In zones 6 through 9, green onions can even survive outdoors as perennials, giving you harvests year after year. For everyone else, a sunny kitchen window works beautifully all winter long. The second vegetable worth trying is celery, and regrowing it from the base is a satisfying project that practically runs itself.
I feel kind of stupid knowing that I was throwing away the vegetables that I could be regrowing myself. Just to see one and regrow would be a big thing to me. So you mean to tell me this celery that I've been throwing away, I can actually regrow it? Whoa.
Next time you finish a head of celery, save the bottom 2 to 3 inches where all the stalks connect. Place the base cut side up in a shallow dish with about ½ an inch of water. Position it somewhere bright, like a kitchen counter near a window. Within just a few days, you will notice tiny yellow-green leaves beginning to emerge from the very center. Keep the water fresh and watch as those leaves grow taller and greener over the following week. Once you see a good cluster of new growth and some small roots.
I don't know about y'all, but I'm a vegan. That shit look good as hell to me right now. The way it looks so green and man, listen, I've been grabbed it, rinsed it off, right there myself, right now. It looks just so good for you. It just looks so good.
Roots forming underneath. It is time to move your celery into soil. Use a container at least 8 inches deep, filled with quality potting mix. Plant the base so the new growth sits just above the soil surface. Water it well and place it in the sunniest spot you have. If you plan to grow your celery to full size outdoors, a variety like Tall Utah 5270 handles transplanting well. Celery prefers cool weather, so spring or fall planting works best in most zones. The third regrow on our list is romaine lettuce, and it gives you one of the quickest.
I feel so stupid because the way that he cuts the lettuce is the way that I cut the lettuce and I throw the rest of it away.
Wins in kitchen scrap gardening. When you cut a head of romaine for a salad, keep the bottom 2 inches of the core intact. That pale base still has everything it needs to push out fresh leaves.
Just knowing
Set the base in a shallow dish with just enough water to cover the bottom ½ inch. Place it in a bright spot, but out of direct hot sun, which can cause the edges to brown. Change the water daily to keep things fresh. In as little as 3 to 4 days, you will see new leaves unfurling from the center. They grow surprisingly fast once they get started. This regrow works best as a quick bonus harvest rather than a way to grow a whole new head. Snip the tender new leaves when they reach a few inches tall and use them as a fresh garnish or add them to a sandwich.
A healthy liver helps your body process food.
All right, Dad, what are you making?
My new go-to morning smoothies.
Do a couple more.
A variety like Paris Island Cause is especially vigorous for this purpose.
I like this because now you own the plant. You know what I'm saying? Now you own the plant and you just go in there, chop, chop. You know, you might not be able to do it as much, but it's cool, no?
For the best results, treat lettuce as a cool season project. It thrives in spring and fall when temperatures stay mild. Now, if you're finding this video helpful so far, of the base. When you slice off the leafy scraps is bok choy, and it follows the same simple water method that works so well with lettuce. When you slice off the leafy tops for a stir fry, save the bottom 2 to 3 inches of the base.
And yes, the people that still eat meat, no problem. Go ahead and do what you want to do. I'm not over here trying to push you to be vegan. Go ahead and get your protein. I used to love steak and chicken and all of that stuff. I'm not telling you guys not to eat meat. I don't force people to do what I do.
Place it cut side up in a shallow bowl with about ½ an inch of water. Set it somewhere with good natural light and refresh the water every day or two. Choy is known for its vigor and performs well in containers. Bok choy prefers cooler weather, so spring and fall are ideal growing seasons in most zones. During summer heat, the plant tends to bolt and send up a flower stalk. Grow it on a bright windowsill or a shaded patio when temperatures climb. The 5th scrap vegetable you can regrow is cabbage, and while it will not remake a full tight head quickly, it still produces useful leafy greens. After you cut up a cabbage for coleslaw or soup, keep the bottom core where the leaves were attached. Place this base in a shallow dish with just enough water to keep the cut surface moist. Find a bright spot indoors and change the water every couple of days to prevent any unpleasant odors. Reduction, rather than a supermarket-sized cabbage from your regrown base. The 6th entry on our list is basil, and regrowing it from grocery store cuttings can turn one small package into an endless supply. When you buy fresh basil at the store, look for stems that are healthy and not wilted. Choose stems at least 4 inches long with several sets of leaves. Snip off the bottom leaves and place the stems in a glass of water so the bare stem portion is submerged. Set the glass in a warm spot with bright, indirect light. Change the water every few days to keep it fresh. Within 1 to 2 weeks, you should see white roots emerging from the submerged nodes. Once the roots reach an inch or 2 long, your cuttings are ready for soil that do not get full sun. It is perennial in zones 3 through 11, meaning a single pot can provide harvests for many years with minimal care. The 8th regrow on our list is lemongrass, and starting it from grocery store stalks is easier than most people expect. Look for fresh lemongrass in the produce section or at an Asian grocery store. Choose stalks that still have the base intact, ideally with a little bit of the root plate visible at the bottom.
Okay, you guys, where did I get this from? 20 store-bought vegetables and herbs you can regrow. Again, 20 store-bought vegetables vegetables and herbs you can regrow. Where did we get it from? The Backyard Buddy and Haven Gardening. Backyard Buddy and Haven Gardening. It's also in the link in the description, so you don't have to worry about it. Also, everything that they basically talked about is also in the link in the description. Everything that they said as far as the processes and all of that, the entire list is in the link in the description. You appreciate that? Go ahead and double tap that screen and get those likes up, because guess what? It's not over. We got to get on over to Turkey. We got a donkey riding thief who smashes into a jewelry store. That's right, you guys. He rolled up on a donkey. That's right. He said, I grow something in my closet with all of those lights, and it's on a timer too, and the water sprinkles, and I got to do something to keep the funk down. If I could turn the camera around, let's keep on moving forward, you guys. But let's get on over to Turkey. Y'all heard me right. He was on a donkey, and he broke into the jewelry store. I ain't make this up. Think I'm be making up these stories? I don't be coming up with this stuff myself. I already told you a couple of weeks ago. We at the point in our life where we can make something up. We can make it up and wait a couple of weeks and it's going to happen. Or it probably already did. This fool is on a donkey. a donkey and came to rob the jewelry store. Look. Donkey riding thief smashes into jewelry store. Think I'm lying. I ain't got no reason to lie. Pushed the whole counter over, went to the other side. Whatever was broken out the glass, he picked it all up. Whatever's broken out the glass, that's all he's focused on right now. He only picking up all of that stuff. He leaves. And he leave on his damn donkey. He out of there. Him and donkey are gone. Bye. There you go. You thought I was lying. I ain't making the story up. And they found the jewelry in the ground hidden. He tried to hide the stuff. He tried to hide. No audio, y'all. No audio. Just straight up got him, locking him up. No audio. I done tried all that before. There is no audio to this. And this is the real story. This is not AI. He used the forklift to open the door at the jewelry spot. And I don't know what the hell, where he get a damn donkey from, but this fool left up out of the jewelry store on a donkey. I guess he figured ain't nobody gonna pull me over on a damn donkey. They never believe I robbed no jewelry store. I'm taking my donkey out of there. Look, look, look. Home, donkey got him home though. Donkey got him home. Donkey got him home. Donkey got him home safe. Shrek on Hard Times 2. Had to show you guys that. I had to. Now we're going to go over to a man in Colorado Springs. Come on now, do your boy a favor. We go through a lot of turmoils here. We go through a lot of crap. But I try to bring you guys out on the other side with some love and happiness and make you smile. Do your boy a favor and hit that like button to get more people over here. I want you guys to see this situation where a good situation is happening in Colorado Springs. And I'm going to tell you like this. I'm not a meat eater, but I remember how it smelled. And let me tell you something about that. You could be a vegan, but if you hadn't eaten steak before, had meat before, you're going to still have a tasting for it. But if you're disciplined, that doesn't mean that you're going to wind up eating it. Let me tell you my trick. It's a personal trick. I can smell a steak and eat a salad. That's my trick. My thing to myself is, you don't know what you fall from. You know, and I get my proteins from other things, legumes and different things like that, and a bunch of the other stuff that you guys see around. But just want you guys to know, when it comes down to the way that this man cooked, I'm jealous that I can't eat it because it looks so good. He need to have his own restaurant, but instead of a restaurant, he'd rather give his food to the homeless because he was homeless before.
You better say that 3 more times.
If you turn onto East Rio Grande Street, you'll likely find this man.
You gonna be good. Oh, you finna get a good one.
Sylvester Brown says he comes out to Prospect Lake every day, not just to serve a smile, but to serve a plate to all who come his way.
I could be doing anything, but I choose to do this, and I do it with grace. I do it with pride. I do it with dedication. I do it with love. I do it with commitment.
His fire for serving others is stronger than the fire on the grill. He says he believes it comes from a higher power, giving back to those who need it.
And you know Unc know how to cook on that grill. Come on, y'all. Y'all know what's up.
It's worked out well with the community, the police, the fire department, the dog catcher, the Karens, the kids, and it's overwhelming, so overwhelming to where I was like, yeah, this is where he want me. So I'm gonna do it until he tell me this ain't what I want. It tastes good. If it don't, please bring it back.
While he cooks for all in the community, he says one of his main focuses is on those experiencing homelessness. It's a reality he can relate to on a different level. He says just last year, he along with his dog were homeless, and he understands how far one meal can go.
That one sandwich could say,
come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. He doing this outside right now and giving this to people. I know y'all like, where the hell is he at?
The life, man. It saved several lives. Do you understand what these people going through? I do. I lived it. That's why I'm giving back, and I'm giving back with everything, and I don't care if I go broke.
Every dish made comes out of his pocket. And while he says his checkbook feels the effects, there's nothing else he'd rather spend both his time and money on.
There's people in the comments that saying this man needs a GoFundMe. There's people in the comments of this video saying a lot of great things about this individual.
I will feed you. If you come through and you're a worker, a person, you can be young, old, ugly, in between. Y'all want to play? I got you.
Thank you, Souls.
What a legend. All right, now Brown told me that he won't be stopping anytime soon, so if you or someone you know needs a hot meal or a good laugh, you can find him on East Rio Grande Street 7 days a week.
Now, I'm gonna put it like this. I think some people that can should pay him. Like the people that's just rolling up, that got the bread, that got cars and all of that, I think that they should pay him because of the fact that he's really looking out for a lot of people right now, and it's only going to a great cause, you guys. Real talk. What do you guys think? Do you agree with me? And guess we got to pray for him. We want to definitely pray for him. We want to pray for him to continuously be able to do what he's doing, and hopefully he does get wise and get a GoFundMe, but he didn't know anything about it. But people in the comments are basically saying it, because I'm sure if he gets a GoFundMe, he'll be able to do even more. Maybe able to get a restaurant. That's why I see him going. Amen, you guys. That's right. Not only that, the way his food looked, you learned that from his grandma, the way how to cook that food right there. I'm telling you, like, telling you now. Let's get on over to California real quick. Well, we got this tortoise named Leo. You thought Leo was going to get caught up in a fire? Leo said, I'm out of here. All of a sudden, the shed decides to go on fire. I don't know how it happened, but Leo was in the shed. Let me show you what Leo did. They got Leo on camera. Leo like, I don't want no parts of this. I might be slow, but I ain't stupid.
A tortoise making a mad dash to escape a backyard shed fire in Fullerton.
The dramatic scene captured on video, and tonight the family is issuing a warning, telling CBS LA's Michelle Gilly the fire could have been prevented.
The fire started after a heat lamp fell into a pile of mulch that was used by a Fullerton family to keep Leo the tortoise warm.
Come on, y'all, show some love and give Leo the tortoise some love for getting up out of there smart.
My sister texts me that, oh, there was a fire in the backyard, and can you go and find Leo? I think she is under, or she's like under dirt or something, hiding.
No one was home when the fire started. The family was at a Super Bowl party. The tortoise, which by the way is adopted, was in the backyard in a doghouse getting some fresh air. Neighbors saw the fire and helped put it out. What no one knew at the time and what a security camera recorded was Leo making tracks to get away from the flames. She may belong to the world's slowest moving animal group, but here she's doing her best to hustle away from danger. About 30 seconds later, the next door neighbors come into view on the camera and use a trash pail and watering can to douse the flames.
Leo, well, I guess is a really fast tortoise.
Thank you,
Jordan. Yeah, escaping a fire and surviving on its own is pretty amazing.
The family posted Leo's escape on social media. There's already been more than 1 million clicks to view it.
It's actually pretty crazy. Yeah, the 2 million views for a tortoise that's able to escape a fire. That's pretty unheard of.
Leo doesn't have a scratch on her. Her family wants her story of good fortune to serve as a warning to other pet owners to be careful with heat lamps.
Lord have mercy. Leo was like, I've been around for years, man. You won't be catching me out there. You won't be catching me. No. Leo said, bye. See ya. I might be slow, but I ain't stupid. Okay, last but not least. I know you guys, we got Cat Dad up in here, and you guys always say I always show love to dogs all the time. So you know what I did? I had to do it. One more time, you guys. Let's give it up for our furry friends. You know we got to do it. I got to give it up for the cats, especially this cat right here, because she's been racing her dad for over 15 years. And guess what? She hasn't lost yet. Let's go, you guys. She has not lost yet. Let's go.
Every day is like the Cat Olympics in my house. Go Sweden! She can run 60 meters in 5.8 seconds. If she were an Olympic athlete, she would win the gold medal every time. She loves to win, but she's always been a good sport. Rakakatten loves to race in the snow. I don't know how she does it. I live with Rakakatten in a country house, and she always wanted to be the first one home after a walk.
She always wants to compete. She's been racing him for 15 years.
I started competing with her. She has speed and she has a competitive spirit. What impresses me most is her speed in the curves. She seems to get a good grip with her clothes. We've been racing together for 15 years and she wins every single time. When she crosses the finish line, she looks really happy. She's a diva, a real queen. She brings so much energy and excitement to our life. I'm so grateful to have Rebecca Captain by my side.
Raka Katan. Her name is Raka Katan and Magnus. He's been racing that cat for 15 years. You talking about a strong bond? That cat loved her daddy, and that was hilarious. I ain't seen nothing like that ever. She likes snow too. And if you guys love animals and you want to make some money, 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 hit that link in the description and you'll be able to fill out a survey for up to $680. That's right, you guys, 2 surveys. One, fill out that one. It's going to take you straight to the website and you're going to be able to see if you're going to make some monetary. All you got to do is hit the link in the description. Yes, I know I always talk about the description because that's where we stack everything at. We got the description there of the video. We also got links to the Epstein files. Also got my email address, social networks, and all of that stuff too. If you want to send an email. But guess what? Right about now, if you got a business you're trying to promote, you're trying to get it out there, guess what we have? We almost have 70,000 subscribers. Well, we got about 65 plus, but we're working on that. So guess what we want to do? If you're a member already, if you're already subscribed to the channel, or if you just hear a lot, we like people like that too. Guess what? We want you to send over your promotions. That means if you're trying to promote something, you might be a traveling salesman, you might be a lawn doctor, I don't know what you do. But if you're trying to promote your business, we want to help you get in front of all of our followers. But only the one thing you got to do, send over your promos to us and we'll put them in the post notification area. And the only thing about it is it has to be in a 1080 by 1080 size frame. Why? Because if you don't, YouTube's not gonna let it fit. I tried it before and it has to be 1080 by 1080. That's what they want. And if you send that over, I'll put it up in the post notification area. We'll know about your promo and maybe send you some more business. Also, you guys, you know what I've been working on for the last year plus. We've got 3 of them already accomplished and we're moving forward to get many more of them done. I am talking about none other than the Show Your Talent search in Manhattan, Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, and Staten Island, where you could win, boom, $250. That's if you win in that borough. And guess what? We've added a way for the people on the internet to be a part of the Show Your Talent search as well. If you want to be a part and we're going live, all you got to do is press that button. We want to see your talent. If you're good, boom, you could win too. And after we round up all 5 people in all New York 5 boroughs and we get 1 winner from online, doesn't matter what state, borough, or country, we're going to put you all against each other. And hopefully we get 1 winner that's going to walk away with $1,000. That's right, you guys. We've been doing this for a while, still trying to get the names up and build up the talent. You want to be a part of the talent show? All you got to do is go to the website, www.drinkbigdrip.com. That's the company right there. Those are the guys that are sponsoring the talent show. That's right, Big Drip Hard Punch. Go over to the website, www.drinkbigdrip.com. Go to the first page. Put your email address in the email slot. We're going to keep you up with notifications and where we're going to be at. You guys, it's Monday. You know what I'm going to tell you because it's been a real good weekend. It's been a fantastic week. I want to make sure that we're here tomorrow at 6 o'clock at the same time for trending topics, current events, my antics, and the #1 show on YouTube until we're done, Our Bottom Line. Why? Not just because of me, because we got the #1 co-hosts and family members here. Couldn't do it without you. Want to thank you guys for coming through, and you know what we got to do right now. Let's get those prayers up for friends, family, ourselves. Let's pray for good health. Let's pray for each other. Let's pray for security and understanding, because without understanding, we can't make anything happen, you guys. We want to pray for truth. Casey, Also, Audrey, I see Ace in here with Liberty and Justice. Thank you so much. Batty Lynn for always holding it down as well. Casey, my brother, God bless you. I'm glad to see you here. Hope everything is well. CJ the Cat, Miss Swanza, Winter. Ooh, gross. Who else is that? Souls like RI. I see Audrey in here with Tiffany. That's right. Jordan, saw you in here as well. Ad Rains, love to see you come through. Who's that? Casey Ramos. Okay, Jeffrey Spilker. Mega Dub 3352. Batty Lynn. AJV86. Patrick. We want to pray for Joe. Also, Ad Rains. Batty Lynn. Can't forget about Truth and Souls like RI. Audrey. Jason. And Sam the Raccoon. Can't forget about who? We want to pray right now for Rebecca Lon Yen Bueno. Haven't heard from her today. Heard from her, I think, day before yesterday. I'm not sure. But Rebecca, we just want to let you know that we always pray for you here, and we're hoping for the best once you come back. We want an update, and we hope everything is going well with you because we love you here. Amen. With that being said, it's Monday, you guys. You know what you got to do. Get out there, handle that business. Don't take no for an answer, and thank the man upstairs for another day because he gave us another one, and I appreciate him. And I appreciate you guys too for coming through. Why? Because you could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me for Monday, I appreciate you. So I need to see you guys at 6 o'clock tomorrow on Tuesday for follow-ups. Until tomorrow, could have went anywhere. Fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. Get him! Peace.